What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? You know what time it is. You either get right or you get left. Welcome to the Partyline Lounge for the week 2 preseason game between the Falcons and the Colts. Definitely a great win today. We saw a lot, 34-6, 400 and you know what? Before I get into that, man, let's just go ahead and do this here. Hit the like and subscribe button before you come in. We got you covered with that. It's the lifeline of the show. And also, speaking of that, we're going to go ahead and bring someone else into the Party Line Lounge. He's in the middle of the hustle and bustle today. We got K-Dub in the building. What's going on, man?
Now, I just wanted to give my kudos to the team. I'm at work. Just basically give my assessment of the game. I mean, everybody watched. It was just good to see a quality win. And it seems like the coaching is starting to turn around, and those guys called a good game. And like I was saying in the chat, it's been so long since we've won a preseason game, but you got to start somewhere. I know it doesn't count for anything on the record, but it just looks good that we're trying to win somehow in some way. You got to start somewhere. And also kudos to Jack Strand and Cash Jones and both the linebackers, uh, Kendall Daniels and Harold Perkins. I mean, there was so many people making plays. I just want to give kudos to the whole team because it was a team effort. I believe everybody did their jobs out there. So it was a blowout win. That's something we haven't seen in a while from the Falcons. So that's something that the fan base and the coaching staff and the players can hang their hat on. They did represent the city of Atlanta properly today in Indianapolis.
Hmm. I ain't put too much on this. I like the game today. I want to see it in the regular season. I don't give a damn about today. I like the win though, but I need to see it in the season. This is
Yeah.
this is how you gonna win people over. It looks good now. You just don't overreact whether the game is good or bad. And I'm not saying this for you. I'm saying in general. Right now, we just seeing what we got because half these dudes ain't gonna be here. Now we know Cash Jones will be here, and we know um we know a couple of people will be here. We just ended up grabbing what was my man's name? I literally just had it on the tip of my tongue. Um so many different faces, new faces that's here. Allen Jr. is gonna be here on that defensive line. And then you still gotta look at the fact that defensively, you got Cameron Sample who just got here last week. So again, you got veterans that are coming in here doing their thing. You have a lot of other pieces that are here. Again, good win today. Pretty much taking it to the head, not pretty much taking it to the heart, never to the head, as the old saying would be. Let's see what the rest of the season has. That's all I can say. Because the Colts right now, they got a lot of issues themselves. But anytime we come out with a dub, I don't care. I'm in a good mood regardless. But
Yeah.
at the
I
same
mean,
time,
yeah.
I want to see it in the season opener in week 1. That's what I want to see. Nice to see this here, but we got to see it in week 1. That's what I'd like to see. We dropped the link for you guys pretty much for y'all to come up in here. Like I said, we're doing this. We also possibly could have Darius coming through this week to do a little bit of analysis because he was at the game. And honestly, we've seen two games of football so far. One was horrible, one was good. But the question is, can it be consistent? That is the term. Consistency. Now, I'll take this. Strand was dealing today. But as a whole, as a whole with the team, when's the last time you've seen, honestly, K-Dub, when is the last time you've seen 461, pretty much 461 yards in a preseason game?
Like I said, we
When the
haven't won
last
a
time we ever
preseason.
seen that?
Like I said, we haven't even won a preseason game since 2016. So let's try to. Maybe it was 2016.
It was 23. That was the last time we won one, was with Raheem in 23. That was the last time we won one. Other than that, yeah, you're right. We've been getting our heads kicked in.
Yeah. But it's been quite a while. I know. Like I said, I wanted to start this off like he said. Historian just said, please don't get too high or too low. But it is a positive sign because we could be having the benediction up here pictures and be crying and whining about everything all day like we did last week. So it's a positive sign. Like I said, we don't normally win preseason games, so I know we were just looking at our backups and our second string and third string, but it was an outstanding sign to see that we didn't give up many points, and the offense was matriculating down the field and scoring points, and the special teams was looking special instead of looking
Mm-hmm.
terrible. So it's just a stepping stone. Let's see how we look next week, and like historians said, in the regular season, go out and embarrass the Pittsburgh Steelers and
Facts.
make a name for ourselves.
And you remember I told you, I said Strand is not a fleet of foot, but he's quick enough to get away from people and actually make stuff happen with his legs if he needs to. But he's getting comfortable, as you can see, with the game speed, because last week he threw some passes, but he wasn't as comfortable throwing those passes. If you really want to talk about it, Strand went 12 out of 17 for one touchdown today in the passing game. One of those touchdowns was with Cash Jones, but if you look at a lot of the passes that he had in this game, some were difficult, some were just routine, but he made it look easy today. So 12 out of 17 is not bad with no turnovers. And I think the biggest thing for me, it's not the touchdown that he threw, it's not the pass that he completed. There was a play that happened when we were in the red zone and we were on a fourth down. We're up 31-6 at this point. Instead of him trying to force something and turn the ball over, Cass just pretty much says, you know what? I'm going to put it on the defense. He made a football decision, which he didn't put the team in harm's way because we were still in the red zone and they would have still had to start by their end zone. And you see that they struggled to get out of it. So got to give Strand got to give him some kudos for not trying to force something just to try to make something happen. And that is something that a lot of young QBs don't do. They always want to make plays, always. So that to me was the biggest thing I took away from the day, because it's easy to look at the fact that he's making these throws, but what about the heads up players as we're talking about, or his play to pretty much decide to tuck it and run when he needed to? When's the last time? Let's be real. The last time we saw that out of a quarterback was Michael Penix Jr. Just last time, just to be honest, last time we saw that, and he was healthy. Now we have somebody else that's doing the same thing. It's a good thing that we got guys with a high IQ at this point at that quarterback spot. I'll take that, because there's some quarterbacks that are a little lackadaisical today. I'll just say that. But, and I'm gonna tip my cap to Cooper Rush. He's still Pooper Rush to me. I don't know how you feel about it. I don't care. He's still Pooper Rush to me.
He play.
And,
Hey, look, when he playing like Pooper, I'm gonna call him Pooper, but I want to go ahead and say he looked the part. The time he was in there, he was playing so well. They put Jack Strand in.
mm-hmm.
He really did. I mean, he was throwing the ball on time. I don't know. I think last week, just it's an anomaly, man. Sometimes when you play at home, so many distractions in Atlanta. I'm like, man, hey, look, I'm glad we playing next week on the road also. So, and then we opened up on the road uh, week one against Pittsburgh. So sometimes, Atlanta can be a lot of the distractions. Everybody knows the distractions I mean. And if you're from Atlanta, you already know. So let's get it, man. Next week, let's go try to win that too. Even though it doesn't count for anything, it don't mean nothing. But it's always good to have that good momentum going into the season with positive wins under your belt. And like somebody put the comment, the coaching staff did great. I think it was Kool-Aid. Yeah, coaching staff did a good job, man. Uh, Running them plays in. It wasn't taking a whole lot of time to get the play down to the field and all this crazy stuff that we was going through last year. So it looked like we got a competent coaching staff. Let's see if we can get some wins out of it.
I ain't saying that yet. I'm not finna give them that yet. They got to prove that during the season. I can't do it. I got to see it, because I've seen what he's done with loaded teams. I need to see him do it with us this week. Winning is contagious, but I want it to carry on into the season. Not trying to say that he can't do it. Let me make sure I put that out there. I'm not saying that Stefanski can't do it. I need him to do it and prove it, because Now that he doesn't have a toxic owner all in his face, as we all know, Cleveland is a mess. Now he has a chance to actually not have to look over his shoulder and just coach. So let's see what he can do. But I can't just give up the trust like that. It's kind of how can I put it, K Dub? I can't just give up. I just can't take off my bulletproof vest just yet. I can't just do it. Because like I said earlier, you got a gun, as we said, you got a firearm here, and you got all this ammunition over here. Who's gonna load it up and who's gonna pull the trigger? The backups look great, but we got to see what they can do with the starters because the starters really hadn't even played yet.
Yeah, I want to see the starters also, but I can't make the decision for Stefanski with all the injuries we've been having. So let's see if he play a little bit of the starters next week to get themselves fine tuned. Because since we won't be doing inter squad practices, you probably want to get some more looks from your starters. So we'll see what happens next week. Maybe they get a quarter, and we'll go from there, and then we'll find out who we need to cut. But I think some of the people that you need to cut, you probably found out already, man. You gotta go with your gut. And you've seen enough of these guys in training camp to make that decision. Unless it's a tight battle, like with this quarterback situation, I feel like people. I mean, not. I mean, Jack Strand.
We still was about to say Pooper Rush. I know what you was about to say.
Yeah, I mean, I almost did, but I meant to say Jack Strand has played himself onto the 53. I do believe a lot of people are saying in different comment sections are saying that if he goes to the training, if he goes to the if you put him on the practice squad, he'll get claimed off that practice squad. So I think he's played himself onto the 53-man roster, and we have to make that tough decision. It shouldn't be that tough. You're not paying Tua that much, and go ahead and release him, and go ahead with the other guys you have. But that's just my opinion. I'm not seeing anything from Tua that I really love so far. I'm not saying he can't be better, but he showed me he's seeing ghosts. And those guys came in. I know they were playing against second and third stringers, but you have to, to make some tough decisions, man. Um, go with the guys that you feel like can give you a chance. So that's just my opinion on it. But we'll go from there.
Now, one thing I'm gonna say is this, and I've been trying to tell folks up front. Goodson is gonna be the guy that's gonna probably be that number 3. Cash gonna have that number 4 spot locked up. In other words, Carter getting ready to be either on the practice squad or he getting ready to pack his bags. Telling you that now. Telling you that now. I said last week Goodson impressed me, and I know anything that Kirk Ferentz touches goes well when you talk about Iowa. Running backs, tight ends, whatever. But now you're seeing a Georgia product that wasn't even a full-time starter in Cash Jones. He wasn't. Cash sat behind a lot of backs at Georgia and was really a third down specialist and sometimes second down. But you see what happens when you give a guy like that an opportunity. He's pretty much taking it, and he's an undrafted free agent, just like Jack Strand. So you're seeing that guys are really just killing it. But, we got a guest coming up in here. He better not come empty-handed. You better bring some money to get some of these hot wings up in here. We got Fandemic in the building. What up, man?
Oh
What's going
Lord, you
on?
got
What's
the
going
Jack
on?
Strand, Jack
Yeah.
Strand.
See, a lot of what I've been saying that came true, right?
Yeah. Hey, look. Hey, appreciate you having me on, by the way. What's going on, K-Dub?
What's up?
But
Fandemic?
yeah, man, look, sometimes you got to look outside the box, right? And Jack Strand was that one player, man, that I immediately, and this is before he even became a Falcon, right? Because his name kept getting thrown around in the at the combine. So I'm like, who in the world is this Jack Strand? This man not even here, and they talking about him. So when I went to look at him, I'm like, man, look at this dude. And then when I did my video on him, I had to pay attention to his size. And then not only his size, how agile he was, how he was on the field with his players, how he was in a huddle. And I'm like, this guy here looks good. And then when I finally did my video, I'm like, man, no, we got to get this kid, man. We got to get him. And I had no idea we had any interest in him, but he ended up here anyway. So,
remember before the draft happened, because I did a player spotlight on him, and that was before you did your video. And you said, who is this kid? And I said, bruh, I said he
Yeah.
one of them.
Yeah.
And
See that,
me
and
and
see
you
that's
had
why I
that
like your
conversation.
hit.
We were on Blackberry was doing something, and I had popped up on his show, and you
Yeah.
were on there, and we were talking about it. And I
Yeah.
told you up front, I said, and I remember I got laughed at. Man, you
Yeah.
talking about a guy that ain't gonna get drafted. He ain't this, he ain't
Yep.
that. I
Yep.
said, if you can ball, you can ball.
Exactly.
And everybody was like, so
Exactly.
who would you compare? I said, just remember
Yeah.
Kurt Warner had that same story.
Exactly.
And
Everybody likes
Kurt
a
got
feel
cut
good
by the
story.
Packers because he even said he
Mm-hmm.
wasn't ready. I'm not
Right.
comparing him to Kurt because Kurt got a gold jacket. Let me make sure I put
Yeah.
that out there.
Exactly.
But the
Right.
path is a little similar because he's coming out of a small school that no one knows about,
Mm-hmm.
not just not knowing.
Right. Right. Right.
Everybody
Yeah.
tried to clown him because he missed that touchdown throw last week. And I'm like, okay, he missed one. First game ever. And he didn't play bad. And now, today, that same pass that he missed the touchdown on last week, you
Right.
saw what happened. How do you
Exactly.
feel when, and I'm going to ask K-Dub this too, as well as you, but I'm going to let you start because you're the guest.
Mm-hmm.
How do you feel his ball placement on the sidelines were today, opposed to the shot that he missed last week that he actually should have put on the sideline instead of inside?
Yeah. Look, his play today was absolutely phenomenal. You can't ask for it better from a I'm gonna say prospect, because I'm not gonna say he's not gonna make the team. I'm gonna say prospect, because this is what you want in a quarterback that you bring into an organization, first year quarterback. And look, I'm gonna take it outside the box on this one, right? Tommy Reese was the difference maker in this game. His play calling, I mean, I think even Tua could have came in and looked good on this one. But look, Cooper Cup,
Cooper
what's
Rush.
his name? Cooper Rush
Coop-
looked good. Jack Strand made it look even better. What's just the the offensive line? That's where I'm going with it. The offensive line looked phenomenal. I mean, they weren't the best, but they look good. So I'm thinking like Tommy Reese got to be the common denominator in this one, because your running game's on point. Your passing game was there with the people that you had on the field. Your quarterback, both quarterbacks look good. The offensive line, like I said, looked fantastic. You can't help but point out the common denominator. And at this point, I think it's Tommy Reese. Uh, I would like to see him. What would be the difference between him being up in the booth as opposed to being down on the field? I don't think that's going to be a major hiccup with the likes of your starting quarterback and Drake London, Bijan, and Kyle Pitts. But I don't think it's going to be a hiccup. But I want to know if that's going to be a difference maker. I don't think so though. But you talk about ball placement, man, and he just cool, calm, and collect with it. And he did the same thing over at when he was in college. Everything he did was there was no rush. Now, one thing he did do right before that he took off on that touchdown run. The couple plays before that, he held on the ball to just a little bit too long,
Yeah,
and
that
he
was,
decided
yeah.
at the last minute to take off running. Now, this time on that touchdown run, he didn't even second guess it. He brought the ball down and took off, and he was gone. So, like I said, when he came came here, I said it's going to be all about player development with this kid. 'Cause he can be that guy. And like right now with the way he's playing, I'm like ATL Kool-Aid's name right there. I'm drinking his Kool-Aid right now. I mean, this guy, he's all the upside you want in a quarterback. And I'm saying it again. And I said this before even Jack Strand came here, guys. So don't think it's just because I'm saying it because Jack Strand is how he looked today. Don't be surprised if Michael Penix Jr. is not here on his team either this year or even definitely not next year. Guys, there's no question of him not having talent. He has all the talent in the world, but you gotta be healthy, especially at that quarterback position. You don't need to have an injury-prone quarterback. You can probably sustain a injury-prone wide receiver or running back, but at quarterback, that is definitely not where you want to have a question mark. You gotta
To be
solidify that.
honest, I think they get rid of Tua before they get rid of Penix. You're
Mhm,
not just gonna let a guy that was drafted in the first round just go to even though he's had injuries and things like that,
mhm.
you're not just
Yeah,
gonna give up on him because think about it. Look at they drafted him as a
right,
first round pick. They didn't give
right.
up on Kyle Pitts yet. They
Right.
signed him still. So
Mm-hmm.
again, if you willing to re-sign Pitts or whatnot, who's been inconsistent in his career, had an injury in his career,
Right.
you got to give a guy like Penix a shot. Let him get fully
Right.
healthy. Let him try a new system. I'm not
Yeah.
saying that, but I'm just gonna be honest, man. Tua at this point, Tua might be the odd man out left out of the room, especially if he don't play well. But
Yeah.
got to keep the conversation
He the
rolling. What you
he the
got, K
only
Dub?
one turning the ball over left and right.
Yeah.
Everybody else turning the
Even
ball over.
look, even outside of Cooper Rush turning over the ball last week or whatnot, think about it. Cooper straightened it up. Tua's the one that's still turning it over, and that's in a scripted practice. He's been doing that.
Yeah.
So at
Yeah.
this point, like you just got to say what it is.
Yeah. I agree.
Hey
I
man, what's
agree.
going on to my guy Said Smith in the building? Said is a Buccaneers fan. This is my guy that's Uncle Said on X, but this is his YouTube profile. Definitely, if you guys are in the Cincinnati area with him, it's on week 1. They have their party going on. Like we talk trash about each other, but we do support each other, even though we're rivals. They got a party going on for the Bucks up in Cincinnati. So if you are a Bucks fan, because we do get them to tune in, and you in Cincinnati with Said, go ahead, tap in with Said. He'll get you those tickets on X. Look for Uncle Said. So, Said, I did my good deed for the day. You can kick rocks and go to hell now. Now, let's
Oh
get back to
wow.
these Falcons. No, that's my guy. We talk trash all the time because he
I hear
always
you. I hear
calls us
you.
the Falcons. He calls us the Falcons in the chat. He always do that. So
Yeah.
that's our way of communicating. That's my guy. He good people. But
Yeah.
welcome to the chat. We got Kool-Aid in the building. We got Red. Kool-Aid, you came in first. What you got, man?
Hey, man. I said it last week, man. When I was on there last week, I said first string, second string, third string, coach to win the game. No more vanilla coaching. And
Yeah.
you saw them guys come out with Pooper Rush. He made a lot of his passes, 1001, 1002, and they were out and they was in a place where it was a good play call. When he kept everybody, the coach called the plays where he kept the defense off balance, calling it the run plays at the right time, and the passing plays at the right time. And you saw the defense also got out of that vanilla defense that they was doing, looking like a prevent the whole time, and looked like the coaches were calling plays to win the game. Look,
Mm-hmm.
when you come as a coach and you call plays to win the game, you put it into your players to have the same mindset. You don't see, cause some players ain't stupid. They know when you want to call a stupid play and then
Yeah.
give them an opportunity to be successful.
Right.
That's what I like today. When I said my eyes are always on the coach, and I ain't got much confidence in the coach until they call the plays to win. Now I saw today that the coach wasn't as good, or the coach good was not as good as the coach for Broncos, because he always come to kick our butt. He don't care if he playing with the third string. That
Yeah.
coach over there, the ex-coach of New Orleans, gonna go always coach to whoop the Falcon, but
Yeah.
regardless, he
Sean
gonna
Payton.
coach the game to win. Sean
Mm-hmm.
Payton, 90% of the time, Sean Payton don't like to lose, and so large percent of the time, he gonna coach to win. I don't care what he coaching high school football. He gonna
Right.
coach to win. And the day I hope they heard me calling them out. Look, come coach the first string to win, second string
Mm-hmm.
to win, third string to win.
Yeah.
And when we come back and we play our start, and I hear them. Now I'm gonna say this about Strand. When I was looking at, I saw y'all were probably looking at the game too. They was comparing Strand and showing a lot of Matty Ice,
Mm-hmm.
videos comparing him to Strand. When
Yeah.
he took off and ran, and Strand ran for that touchdown and
Mm-hmm.
everything. I saw that. That was real. That's give me saying they have a little favoritism. But as for the ownership, as for the management and Matt Ryan, they got a small dilemma with the quarterback situation, man.
Yeah, for sure.
What gonna have to happen is that each and every last one of these quarterbacks gonna have to earn their spot on the team. Now I see a little favoritism.
Mm-hmm.
a little favoritism. They like Cooper Rush as the vet, as the backup. But at the same time, they trying their best to give Strand to take that from him.
Yeah.
Now it's gonna come down to Tua, cause Tua gonna start.
Yeah.
He gonna start at quarterback
Yeah.
regardless.
Hey,
Don't start.
you didn't get the
So
memo just now, did you?
what is that?
You didn't get the memo, did you, just now?
What
I
was the
got
memo?
breaking news. See, it's in the chat, but see, I was gonna wait till you finish, but I can't let you do that now. Breaking news: Michael Penix Jr. has just been cleared.
Yeah.
For 11 on 11s. So now, guess
Okay.
what? We got a real quarterback competition now.
Yeah.
Right,
Who's
right,
not just
right,
gonna have that job handed to him now.
right, right.
So
So,
at this
so,
point, we already know. We already know Strand ain't starting, but I believe this is Strand gonna get that number 3 spot. That's pretty much gonna be his.
Yeah, for sure.
So we already know that he's gonna get that. But now you got the competition between the two guys that it was supposed to be between now. Right. I already explained to everybody, I'm not a Tua fan. Never have, never will be. And at the end of the day, I've said it many a days. Hey, man, at this point, Mike, do what you got to do now. You've been cleared. Mentally, you got to get right. Do what you got to do, because the last thing we need is anybody coming out here bobbling the snap on the road in a hostile environment in Pittsburgh. So at this point, if Tua gets the job, it's because he beat out Penix for that job. But if Penix gets the job, it's because he beat out Tua. So at this point, let the games begin, fellas.
So I have a question. I got a question. So y'all been out to the training camp. So either though with Tua being injured, has he been doing a lot of the practicing in the camp?
Tua
Have
has
he
been.
I'm not Tua, but Penix. So what Penix been doing?
He's been doing the 7. He's been doing the 7-on-7.
He's been doing the 7-on-7.
Yeah, he's been doing the 7-on-7 where there's no defensive presence. It's just players running out for passes. Running back running out
and
for
just running out for passes.
He's just doing the 7s.
Okay.
Yeah.
So see, that's why I say that I understand what you're saying is that now this coming up third preseason game, he been cleared. So this is going to be his opportunity if he be cleared to play in his third game. This is going to be his opportunity in that competition. Now, I'm not for one quarterback or the other. I'm for the one who gonna step up and take it. That's who I'm for. Because I want to win.
Quarterback that's gonna stay healthy and be able to produce.
Well, I mean, healthy. That's the same thing. Healthy, play healthy. Both of them healthy. Which one gonna step up and take it? Who gonna have the heart? Who heart gonna pump oil, gonna pump blood? Who gonna play scared? Who not? I'm talking about who gonna be willing to step up and take it. I ain't no favorite for any one of the quarterbacks. I want the quarterback that gonna come up in there and gonna gel with the coaches and do what they need to do. I don't care if we Rush. I don't care if Rush looked bad last week and we were calling Cooper. And then today he looked like he could take the team and put up 34 points every game. And he executed well with the coaches. So and then Tua looked like trash, fumbling the ball, and then he can play next week and look like Tua Alabama. So I mean, it's just the one who which one of those quarterbacks want to be our quarterback. I want the coaches to make the right decision, not no favoritism decision on this. That's what I want them to do. No favoritism. I hate favoritism when it comes down to having to make a decision on a player and you just want to get him because you like him. Now all our eye tests are gonna be on this. Right now today, I'm gonna tell you right now, Cooper Rush outplayed your boy, Strand.
No, he
okay.
didn't. Hold on.
Rush
No, he
today
didn't.
to me, Cooper Rush outplayed Strand.
No, here's the thing. Did you even look at the stat line today? Because he didn't outplay him.
Well, I'm just saying the execution and what I saw, how he executed and got the ball down the field and got the players
I don't know what you was looking at.
No, I don't know what you was looking at. You've been drinking on that. You've been drinking on a little bit more than Kool-Aid today, obviously. I see
But
that
I
now.
tell you what Tommy Reed did do. He did trust more in Jack Strand making bigger plays than
Exactly.
Cooper Rush.
And-
Because Cooper Rush only did like he did a couple
Look,
handoffs and a couple of dump plays, but Jack Strand was
Jack
going down
Strand
the
was
field.
throwing the ball coming out the
right.
gate. Cooper
Yeah.
Rush wasn't. Cooper,
Yeah.
put it this way, Cooper handed off the ball and threw safe throws in the first
Yeah.
quarter and
Yeah,
in the
into
second
the
quarter.
flat.
They didn't let
Yeah.
him
So
truly go
Cooper
downfield
Rush.
like that.
Now, I'm just saying. I'm just trying to just catch up myself. So Cooper Rush basically played the whole first half, right?
Right.
Majority of the first half,
Correct.
yeah.
Majority of the first half. How many points were scored in the first half?
Yeah, but that wasn't under
That wasn't on him though.
even with that.
So
Even with that,
you got
under
two
Jack Strand,
field
we
goals.
scored the
I
more
got you.
points.
I got you right here. You got two.
Yeah, go ahead.
Cooper Rush only threw for one touchdown. That was it.
Yeah.
Okay, he only threw for one touchdown.
Yeah,
Correct.
and I think it was 2 field goals or 1 field goal.
It was 2 field goals.
Right? Correct. So
in
he
this game. It was 2 field goals in this game.
So how many
if you're
points we
looking at
scored in
stat
the first
line,
half? How many points we scored in the first half?
24.
We scored 24
24.
in the first half and 10 in the second
Okay,
half.
so we got one touchdown to Cooper Rush, 2 field goals, right? And a run for a touchdown, correct?
So I'm gonna go ahead and
Now,
kill this
Cooper Rush
narrative.
didn't
This is
score
just
the
all noise.
touchdown, though.
I'm gonna pull up the numbers because see, we don't do that in here. We don't go off of feelings.
I'm just saying. I'm just looking at points. That's all.
No, I got you. You looking at points. I'm looking at the overall body of work because if you looked at it, let's pull up the team. This is the team stats. I'm gonna go ahead and pull up the box score so you can actually see who did what. Because last time I checked, Cooper Rush went 10 out of 11. Jack Strand went 12 out of 17. 212 yards, averaging 12 and a half yards a pass, 1 touchdown, no turnovers. Both guys were sacked once. Cooper Rush went 10 out of 11 for 86 yards, averaging 7 yards a pass. Think about that. Think about that, Kool-Aid. 7 yards a pass. They were being conservative with him. They didn't let him cut it loose. Strand was cutting it loose. Think about that.
Yeah.
Strand was cutting it loose.
I understand what you're saying. The execution of the game was to win.
Yeah.
But now
the
now you
24
said the
points is
execution
what
of the
won
game
it.
was the win, but you just said a second ago that Cooper Rush outplayed Strand, which was BS.
Well,
and I got to hit you with the BS meter.
Well, I understand what you're saying. I get what you're saying when you're talking about as for stats and numbers.
Put it
As
this way.
But even if you go,
but I didn't get 24 points out of Strand second half.
And you do
But
realize
if
that
you
some of that came on the ground, right? Majority of those points came on the ground in the first half. Had nothing to do with Cooper Rush.
Okay.
Just saying. I can't let you
Okay,
do
I
that.
mean, we want to go with stats. Then Strand outplayed Cooper Rush by stats.
because Goodson was
Not everything.
I just like the way the execution went down the field and up and down the field because the coaches used what they was taking what the defense was giving them, and they executed it very well to get 24 points on the board. That's all I'm doing.
Kool-Aid, the reason why we were
That's
able
all.
to
That's all the
score,
point I'm making. I'm not going. Like I say, I'm not a favoritism about no Strand or no Cooper Rush. That's all I'm just saying.
Kool-Aid, I'm not saying that you're on the favoritism side, but this is all I'm saying. If we're going to have that discussion, we got to have context with that discussion. And the context is this. Tyler Goodson carried the ball 6 times with 59 yards and averaged almost 10 yards a carry, 9.8 yards with 1 touchdown. And that was with Cooper Rush on the field. Nathan Carter scored with Cooper Rush on the field, on the ground. He had 17 carries for 42 yards. He barely could even get out of the backfield, 2.5 yards a carry. He got his because they were inside the red zone, just to be honest. Cash Jones had 7 carries for 41 yards and averaged almost 6 yards a carry in the game. And then you had the long run from Jack Strand, which put up a touchdown in the second half. So, and Cash also caught a touchdown in the second half. I'm sorry, in the second quarter too. I mean, second half too. So when you look at it, a lot of the guys that scored were on the ground. Just saying. Cooper Rush's touchdown came to Cash Jones with a swing route. a conservative play. So I can't sit there and I can't just say that he outplayed him because I didn't get to see him make those hard throws across the field, having to make those throws along the sidelines where he had to beat these safeties and everything. Strand had to do that today. They kept it conservative for Cooper so he didn't turn it over. But before
that
we
part.
get to that, Red,
Yeah,
I'm gonna get to you,
okay.
but we
No
got to take
problem.
a
10
quick
for
commercial
11
break.
and whatever. That's good. I got you.
No, it's no problem. I'm just saying we got to make sure because there's some people that couldn't even see the game today too. So we got to make sure that we let folks know what exactly happened. But hey,
Right.
we getting ready to pay some bills real quick. We're gonna come right back. The link is in the chat. Y'all still come back in here. We definitely want to hear from you guys. So sit back, relax. We got you covered. The BirdCage LLC looks to do it again. We got the Falcons Steelers watch party September the 13th, 2026. What location do you say? At Dave & Buster's in Marietta, Georgia.
Now hand me about 4 or 5 little biscuits. I sure am hungry.
On the game day menu, there will be sliders, wings, fries, bottomless non-alcoholic drinks, but we also have a cash bar for those who want to get their drink on, and also we have a full-fledged menu with waiters and waitresses that are going to take your orders. Also, we have on the ones and twos DJ Swats in the building. We're going to have former ball players to come through to the party. Your ticket also registers you for a raffle giveaway. Hey, we got to hit this thing hard like we hit the Saints. Make sure you get your tickets. You don't want to miss. You know how we get down.
You either get right or you get left. Go.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. As the commercial said, hey, party's going to be happening September the 13th for the first game of the season. If you haven't gotten your tickets, get your tickets now. We're actually starting to kind of run out of tickets right now. So, hey, if you plan on coming, go ahead, make that reservation and get your ticket now. Because when tickets are sold out, it's gonna be out. We got a lot that's gonna be coming through, raffle giveaways, former players coming through, NFL players coming through, as well as got a DJ, photographer. We got a few things that we're gonna be doing. So again, we out here, gonna get to it in the city out in Marietta. Y'all tap in with us. Now let's get back to this football real quick. So, Red, what was your observation today, my guy?
Well, my observation was it was a lot better than what I saw last week. What I
Absolutely.
saw last week was some pure garbage. At least this week, it didn't freaking stink. So, you know. But I mean, I like what I saw, man. We played some good football this week. Offense look consistent. The defense looked pretty solid. Jack Strand played impressive. The running backs, the non-starters played pretty decent. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
like I say, all the subs and the scrubs, man, they really showed out today. So
Yeah.
it looks like they're gonna have some make some hard decisions for the coaches coming up, man, because these guys really played like they won the job. A lot of these guys played like they won the job this week. I like the coaching. The coaching definitely did better this week because even this week, even though we had a lot of we looked bad doing the scrimmages this week, they still was out there coaching, and man, you can see the way they put it on the field today. Man, what they
Yeah.
put on tape this week, man, this is a whole 180 than what I saw last week. So, like I say,
Yeah, for sure.
good job,
For
fellas.
sure.
Very impressive by Jack Strand, the way he was, like I say, pushing the ball down the field, his accuracy, his playmaking. Like I say, a lot of these receivers out there today, I didn't even know their name, but Jack Strand was making them names. Man, you're making them
Well,
name plays.
Chris
With
Blair's the name that
Drummond,
we've been talking about for the longest, and he was making a ton of plays
well,
today.
yeah,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Blair and all those guys. Like I say, that's exactly what we need to see today, especially after what we saw last week. So
Yeah.
good job, Falcons. And I'm just
Yeah.
saying it's kind of ironic that Phoenix is all of a sudden cleared now after the performance that Jack Strand had. Like, wow, you cleared
Yeah.
now? Now
Yeah.
you got to get on the field and show us what you got.
Got it.
I wonder would he
Yeah.
have been clear had Jack Strand come out there and wet the bed, or if Cooper Rush had wet the bed today, would he have
Boy,
been cleared?
boy,
I
you
don't
Make
getting
you
know,
ready?
think,
man.
don't it?
Look,
I just
you getting ready to
I
start
just
a
know
whole
the
mutiny on this show
coincidences.
by
Ain't no
saying that, Red.
coincidences in the NFL.
Hey, Kool-Aid. Hey, Kool-Aid, you know what? at least with you going at it with me today, it ain't that bad. This joker right here, this fool at the bottom below me right now, about to start a whole mutiny on this show, making that comment. Hey, if y'all got any anger towards anybody, hey, y'all tap into the Rev and Red show. That's what you pointed towards. This my guy Red. He got his other show. He
I
tapping
mean,
in with us. He has
last
nothing
week,
to do with us like that. Oh no. I'm just
last
messing with
week,
you, Red. I got
last
you.
week, we didn't even know. We didn't even know. We were talking about we don't have no dates, no nothing, doctor's appointment. What? Man,
Hey,
please, we
Red.
don't know where that man going to the doctor again. Man, go out here and look like a solid quarterback. Oh yeah, he cleared, y'all. Oh man, he gonna be back on the
Right,
practice
right,
field
right.
next week.
Hey,
No, it's
hey,
time
Red.
to see
Hey, Red,
Phoenix.
tell him.
Like, dude,
Red,
you
tell
could have
him
told us this last week. What was
I
you
just
waiting
gave
on?
your show a plug. I need you to tell them what time they can find you. I just gave your show a free plug just now.
Saturday
So,
at 10:30 a.m.
okay.
We'll be back soon. You want to come on and question what I
Oh
said?
man.
Feel free, but I don't think this a coincidence. And I know if these quarterbacks had went to bed today, this guy would have been saying, "Man, I'm gonna keep chilling and keep resting and keep dancing at my wedding reception and doing everything but playing 11 on 11." So look,
Hey, hey, hey,
It do
Fat
make you
David.
wonder, though, on it.
Hey, Fat David. This
dude,
just
I
how we
mean,
go.
it's
Look,
like literally before we even got on, we just came on. And this dude
Yeah.
said he cleared.
Red.
Cleared?
Hey,
Like that?
it,
Hey, you know
it
what,
wasn't
Fat
like they
David?
it didn't wa- it wasn't like they waited until tomorrow to do it.
No,
They
they did
made
it
the
right after
announcement
the
during the
game.
game.
Well, they could. Why they didn't do it before the game? Why they didn't tell us before the game? Why they
Yeah.
had to wait for
Yeah.
this man to go out here and
Hey,
look like a starting quarterback?
Yeah.
Oh man, my job in jeopardy now. I better get back
Yeah.
out on that field.
hey, Red. Hey, Red. You know what? You gonna have people telling you this. I got all you feet. Got them all. You gonna have
Hey,
people
but
keep
it's
receipts
like I
on you,
was
bro.
saying on it's like I
Hey,
was saying
come
on
on
somebody
back
else's
out there,
podcast
Penny.
too.
Because hey,
Yeah.
if Jack Strand not play you now you ain't got no excuses. Because like you just said,
Yeah.
you're clear.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
And
see what people are missing too. Even if we release Tour, we ain't losing nothing. We losing
nope.
1.3 million or 1.7 million dollars. That's it.
I'm trying to
So
figure
if
out what we
Tour,
gained by getting.
yeah, well, if Tua was a safety net, he was that bridge guy until Penix comes back, but $1.7 million, that's nothing. That's what Ian Cunningham is paying half the team, half the free agents that's on his team. 1.3, 1.7, $1.5 million. So if they come in here and stink it up, it's on them. They working for a contract right now. So Ian Cunningham did do the team some justice in that aspect as far as financially. As far as player personnel and their performance, it's going to be totally up to them. My concern on defense is whether or not we're going to be able to get that pass rush that we got last year. And we saw an upside of it today, but I think it's going to be more on the shoulders of the DBs getting these interceptions, getting these turnovers, getting these stops, knocking down these passes. So it's going to be. Yeah, are we going to get sacks? Yeah, we're going to get it. I don't think it's going to be on the level of 56 or 57 sacks. But I think the interceptions and pass breakups, I think those numbers are going to increase though.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I still see with Carter today on that D line when you talk about Sample, you talk about Allen Jr. I'm
Yeah,
just gonna be honest with you on this. And Red, you and I were talking earlier before the game was over with, and I normally don't talk to people during the game. But Red, what did I tell you? I said we getting depth on that D line, especially with
yeah,
those two. Because
yeah,
remember, Sample played in Cincinnati and he also played in San Francisco, so he's got experience already. You get what I'm
yeah,
saying? Cameron Sample
yeah,
already has experience. Uh,
yeah,
Carlos Allen Jr., fresh out of Houston, young buck, and
yeah,
was dominant.
yeah.
Was dominant. And we don't see D linemen coming in here like this. But I'm gonna give you this. Y'all might laugh when I say this, and it's a little bit of bias in here. I can pump my chest up a little bit because I was a little skeptical of him when he was a dog. But I'm gonna pump my chest up. Hey, Cass Jones might be our little Tim Dwight.
He might be.
You laughing, but you
He
see,
might be.
you
Oh, I
look,
won't put it past him.
pandemic. Think about it. That's 4.3 speed on that boy. Let's
Yeah.
get this straight. He ran a
Yeah.
4.3 at his combine.
Yeah.
They switched him to wide receiver, and he was
Right.
a running back at Georgia and was a
Yeah.
third down back that sat behind James Cook. He
Yeah.
sat behind Kenny McIntosh, Zamir White, Nate Frazier currently right now, Chauncey Bowens. He sat behind these dudes and didn't
Yeah.
start over them.
Yeah.
So if we gonna sit back and say that, you know, you got to put that call in just like what it just came through. You're seeing that he could take a swing pass because there was a handoff that he got in the backfield where he should have been stopped. He actually stopped and made the guy miss and then picked up 4 or 5 extra yards, getting close to the first down. And that was a second down play where he should have been stopped. And then you talk about the fact that he showed that I could run between the tackles as well and run over guys. That was a part of his game we didn't appreciate or see when he was at Georgia. So I got him as the 4th string running back and then probably like the 3rd or 4th string receiver that will get playing time, but will be a special teams ace. But Goodson is number 3. He got that on lock. I said that last
True that.
week.
True that. Yeah.
Carter will be cut, y'all.
Yeah, Carter had a hard time today. He didn't do so well today.
And here's the most underrated part about Cash Jones's game. When Strand would drop back to pass, who was protecting his blind side? Cash.
Cash. Yeah.
Cash
Tyler
had the
Goodson has
linebacker
some good
right in
blocks
his
too.
chest.
Yeah, Tyler Goodson has some good blocks coming out of the backfield.
Yes,
so
he did.
yeah, they had a very good running back core, had a very good game today, very good showing. And we talked about that before too, Ryan, on about the about was it Cash? No, it wasn't Cash Jones. That gone. Yes.
We were talking about, so you're speaking on last week,
Hold on.
correct?
Yeah, go ahead.
So the players that we talked about last week, we saw a little bit of Cash. I was heavy on Goodson last week. I honestly know that Carter ain't gonna be here. Now, the question is this: Brian Robinson is your number 2 right now. But here's my question.
Yeah.
Could it be a possibility that he could lose his job to Goodson?
No.
Because Goodson actually was a number 2 in Indy, if you remember. The Colts just let him go. So, and he was behind your boy Taylor. And I'm just going to be honest with you on this. I think it's a good problem to have at this point.
Yeah. Could we see Brian Robinson next preseason game?
We have to.
After today, you might.
After today, we have to.
Yeah. I would like to.
Hey man, it would do me in. Look, I'm getting ready to be petty for a moment. I got to, Red. This is the first time you done seen me be petty, but it makes me feel great seeing a Georgia player coming in here and balling like Cash did. I already know he ain't starting over him, but it would have me dying laughing if Tyler Goodson ended up taking the number 2 spot over your boy Brian Robinson. That would have me dying laughing, to be honest. I don't think it's gonna happen.
I never think Sha Robinson coming in anyway. You know, I still miss Tyler, but when I see what Cash can do, I'd rather have him at number 2 guy. Well, no, I'd rather have Goodson and
Goodson
Cash
at the number 2, yeah.
platoon and number 2
But
guy.
here's the thing. I just like to ruffle Alabama fans when I say stuff, talk bad. The only thing that we got out of Alabama that was worth a damn was Julio.
That's great.
Well,
That's
Cash Jones.
Well,
Cash Jones and
look, DeMarco Hellams is injury prone. Calvin Ridley went away for gambling. Like, let's be honest. Outside of Julio, who else have we taken out of Alabama that's actually been on point? Now we know Roddy was UAB, another school in Alabama. One thing Bama can produce in that state is wide receivers. That I'll never deny, and that's been going on since Kool-Aid and Pandemic was young. They've been
well, that wasn't that long ago. Yeah. Wait a minute.
If you look, you lived as a teenager through the 80s. I was a baby in the 80s. That's why I'm saying that. I ain't gonna give away your age like that.
Hey man, I'm proud to be my age, man. Look, I'm proud. He give me 56 more years, man. I'm gonna love it. I'm telling you. I
But
think there are a lot of people that ain't got to see 56. There ain't a lot of people got to
I,
see 36 talking about 56.
yeah.
So I'm good.
And see, look,
Hey, hey,
I'll be 40. Look, I'll be 40 in January. But I
Mhm.
like I said, it's a lot of cats my age that don't even get to see 39.
See
So
what I'm
I'm
talking
not,
about?
look, I joke, but I hope that I
Yeah.
can get to my 50s. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Exactly.
Shoot,
Exactly.
I hope. Hope we
hey,
get,
that's
look,
why. Hey, now you see why I be sitting here talking about championship. I don't talk about nothing but championship
yeah.
now, bro. Cause
hmm
I,
Yeah.
I only
Oh,
got about.
oh,
Hey,
really?
hey, and,
Guys
I,
Yeah.
and,
should
I,
have
and, I,
been
and I'm,
talking
and
like
I'm
that.
throwing, I'm
Yeah.
throwing, and I'm throwing. Hey, check
No,
this
wait
out.
till you
And I'm
get
throwing.
down on 60 and 70 years old, start
Nah,
talking
Red.
championship. You
But
supposed to
this
Hey,
do
the
it in
look,
the
thing.
look,
20s
look,
and
look,
30s
look,
like
Kool-Aid,
look.
me.
Kool-Aid.
Hey,
But to
look,
be
look,
fair to
man,
Kool-Aid,
look.
Kool-Aid always been saying championships as long as I've known him. And that's been about
hmm
2-3 years now because I started getting on We Talk Hawks TV. That's how I met Kool-Aid. Man,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and
man. Cause I ain't got but
Hey, I've
look,
been.
look, check this out, man. I'm lucky to get 20 more years. I'm hoping for 30 or 40.
You got it locked
That'll
up.
put me at 100.
at
Man,
least get a
I
championship
want to
before the
win
good
now.
Lord take
so,
him
Like
on
you
high.
say.
so,
Hey,
so I did. Hey,
I got
look.
Kool-Aid
I'll
beat.
put in my 30 years. I'll put in my. I started watching Atlanta teams when I was 10 years old, man. I'll put in my
Yep.
30 and
Ooh,
50 years
Yep.
already, bro.
you know
Yeah.
what?
And I
When I
Yeah.
look,
hit
look.
40,
I
I can
was
say
so
I'm in the
happy.
30
I was
club.
so happy to see the Braves them get their World Series, man.
Or
Hey, look,
something.
man. The Falcons, they done came close, but
Right.
that only count, in hand grenades and horseshoes.
Yep.
So,
Yep.
but one thing was great though to see the Atlanta Falcons to get to a Super Bowl in my lifetime, which I
Some teams
Yeah.
don't never
for when I
get
saw
there.
the ownership that the Falcons had in the past, I never thought they would get there because so we as a fan base in Atlanta have had owners that didn't give a crap about winning. That's
Yeah.
that's the problem.
Yeah.
And
hmm
that
And
changed
Rankin
with
Smith.
Ted Turner coming to the Braves. 'Cause I'm telling you, the owner of the Braves before Ted Turner didn't care a crap about winning. Okay,
No.
they brought
No.
Hank Aaron here, and Hank Aaron put some butts in the seats, and they made money off of Hank Aaron. So
Yeah.
but no, man. Hey, now I'm at a point now I can't say nothing but championship. I don't. Hey, look, the
Yeah.
Falcons and the Atlanta Hawks owe me a championship.
Yeah.
That's what they do,
That-
and I'm gonna be. And I learned in the past, and this is what I learned in the past. I'm learning now to watch the coaching to make the decision on whether we win or lose. The coaches
mhm.
lost me my first Super Bowl. They lost. They kicked the ball 3 times and win the freaking Super Bowl. Dumb head coach, dumb offensive coordinator, and that's what lost me my first Super Bowl with the Falcons. Kick the
Now
Yeah.
ball three
the
times. You
second,
got the players, and I
now the
seen
first,
dumb
no.
coaching with some of the best players in football and sit there and just piss off drive my Lamborghini and
Kool-Aid.
my Michael Vicks all into the
But
done ditch.
Kool-Aid. But the person who pissed away the first Super Bowl was Dan Reeves because we had Terrence Mathis on our show when we first started, and he talked about how he changed the game plan. And I'm gonna give you this. So think
Yeah.
about this. Dan Reeves lost 3 Super Bowls with the Broncos and one with the Falcons.
Mhm.
4 Super Bowls in his time. My
Yeah.
godfather, Georgia Bulldog legend Clarence K, who actually started tight end you way before Brock Bowers. Let me make sure I put that out there. Um, he played for Dan Reeves in Denver. And he said Dan would never yell, raise his voice, but he said Dan was always changing stuff and
Mhm.
never stuck with what worked. And that's the reason why they lost their 3 Super Bowls that they played in. And
Yeah.
truthfully, if Dan would have, I'll be honest with you, if Dan would have won his Super Bowls in Denver, we wouldn't even be saying Mike Shanahan because guess who was his OC? Mike Shanahan.
Yep. Mike
That was his
Shanahan.
OC
Yep.
at that time. And people don't really realize that, but the man who beat us in the Super Bowl was the OC on that team. And he figured it out and he understood how to
Yeah.
beat Dan Reeves. And that is the
Yeah.
reason why we got beat down in that first one in 98. And
Yeah.
then 2016, like everybody always want to blame the offense. Look, I'm tired of y'all doing that. Look, blame the defense. Had one of the worst defenses the whole year. And the one game they decided to play at first in the first half, they didn't keep it up in the second half because of the fact that Dan Quinn did not rotate and they stopped blitzing. That is why we lost. Not just because of the offense. The offense gave us a chance. And Robert Alford's passed Mr. Holder Jersey Robert Alford with the pick six that he had. Literally should have set it up to where it should have been a runaway at that point. It should have been, but it wasn't. So I can't sit there and say that Kool-Aid, but see, you lived through more heartbreak than I did. You and Fandemic and Red, because y'all a little older than me. I've been a fan since 91. See, I didn't get to live through 1980, 81, and 82. I didn't get to watch when Lehman Bennett's team got dispersed or whatnot. We went into purgatory. I didn't get to see that. Y'all lived through it.
Yeah.
Now hold on, Ryan. Me and you on the same level of heartbreak. At 91, about when
Red said, I ain't that old.
Yeah.
I'm
sorry, Red.
I'm saying I started paying attention in 87, 88, but that 91 season, that was like that was like my first playoff season that too legit quit. So that was like officially my first season.
And I'll be honest with you.
I was there when that when the Dallas
Kool-Aid,
Cowboys and Drew Pearson took my heart.
He was there with
When Drew Pearson took my heart at the end of that game, man.
1981.
Man,
that was the biggest heartbreak of my life.
But you know, I understand what you're saying about Dan Reeves, but when I was saying about the ownership not wanting to win, when the Falcon ownership son took over, he did make a decision to go get a coach that takes a team to the Super Bowl. And Dan Reeves was a proven coach. He don't win, and it was the same thing with Bobby Cox. When they made their decision, they went and got the coach that at least led their teams to championships. And Dan Reeves said this to Arthur Blank, and this is the thing about what I have a problem with Arthur Blank, because when he got Michael Vick as a rookie, and Dan Reeves said, Dan Reeves himself, I believe if you would have left me and won the fired man, you would let me stay with Michael Vick as his coach, we could have won. And those are things I have sometimes the owners making those decisions about moving on, because because the ownership son took over when he decided to go and get Dan Reeves. Dan Reeves, and when I be telling people go get a championship coach, sometimes you can't go get that coach that wins all the championships, but go get some close. And it took Dan Reeves 2 years to get us to our very first Super Bowl. Okay, it took him 2 years to get our first Super Bowl. And truthfully, he was a losing coach as a Super Bowl. Also, like Bobby Cox. Bobby Cox was a losing coach again his
won
team
his World Series.
The World Series. It took him it took him 14 divisional championships. It was the most beautiful thing. 14
when he finally won.
14 divisional championships to win his first. And then what? We had 3 World Series appearances. 3.
I got something for y'all
before he got there and won his first Super Bowl. But for me being a fan of just not being thought of in the postseason period, that was the most beautiful thing.
Hey,
and my point I'm making is that I was hoping that when Arthur Blank came, I think he fired Dan Reeves too soon.
Yeah,
that's what I think.
I'll say this. I want y'all to look at this real quick. So a lot of people gonna be pissed. Myles Garrett, Atlanta's own, has said this. So it's not BS now. It's actually true to it. If you see it, where were you when Jack Strand became the starting quarterback of the Falcons? Now, y'all seeing this now, right? I'm saying, look, I've saved this post on this X profile, but I'm telling you right now, as you can see me doing this, I normally don't, but I'm showing y'all this here. I just saved that. So when he comes out and he actually says that he said it already, way before it happened, can't nobody deny it. I got my boys back. He's BirdCage alumni. We gonna look out for him. But
hey man, I'm here to validate it.
Look, Look. Wait a minute. Speaking of that, look who else done popped up in here.
That's not my
Fat Dude.
main man, John. Is it?
Look who
That's
done
that
popped up
John
in
guy.
here, man. We got
What's up,
Mr.
John?
John
What's up,
Harris.
John?
But
What's happening? What's happening?
before we get to John, because John, we're gonna let you get it off. We're gonna have a Falcons beat writer and reporter and writer for Sports Illustrated to join us after this game. Our guy Darius Hayes. So Darius pretty much just is getting done with the press conference. He's gonna have some stuff in here for us. We want to make sure that everybody is around when Darius is putting out some nuggets today. So John, what's going on, man? Welcome to the Party Lounge and Partyline Lounge. And we got wings. We got that cheap corn liquor that you be drinking on, that you be talking trash with. You and Kool-Aid. And we got Red in the back with his Alizé. I'm just joking. Red don't drink Alizé. I'm just
No,
messing
not the
around.
Alizé.
I'm just messing around. But John, how did you judge this week compared to last week? Because you were in Frisco when that happened last week, and now that you got to see this, how do you feel, sir?
You know, the Falcons are just like that nursery rhyme long time ago about the girl with the curl. When she was good, she was very, very good. But when she was bad, she was horrid. And last week, I didn't get a chance to see the game live or anything because, of course, they were showing the San Francisco preseason game out there. But man, my phone just jumped off of the nightstand and started walking in the hotel room by itself. I had to call the exorcist because I didn't know what the hell was going on. People were hitting me up talking about, man, we look horrible. Good grief, what happened? Then I saw the score. And all this past week, it's been Tua. Tua looks bad. Uh, I'm looking at excerpts where the offensive line was just like the turnstile at Greenbrier Theater. You don't have to pay
Mm-hmm.
nothing.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't got to pay shit. You know, but today, man, that was a total 180, like Red said. That was a total 180 from what it was that I heard about last week because I didn't even want to watch the game
Yeah.
after the game last week. And it was a
Yeah.
total 180 from what it was that took place last week. Now,
Yeah.
thing about that, uh, I'm reminded of something of what a coach said a long time ago. Ain't nothing like a foot in the rear end to get you motivated and get you straight because
Yeah.
I know in my heart of hearts it was plenty of cussing,
Yeah.
fussing, low rating, scraping paint off the fender kind of cussing that went
Mm-hmm.
on about what happened last week. And
Right.
some people got hooked up in the collar last week. I know it happened
Yeah. Yeah.
because that's how I mean, when you put a performance like that on the field, whether you're going to
Mm-hmm.
start, whether you're going to back up, whether you're going to go to another team,
Yeah.
those coaches sitting up there looking at what it was that you did.
Yeah.
And man,
Didn't do.
I know they told him,
Yeah.
boy, you ain't going to be around here, but do you want anybody to see this?
Right.
You want
Right.
anybody to see this on tape? You think anybody gonna pick you up? I mean, my doggone inner Keith Armstrong came out. You ain't good enough to be a hole. Shoot. I mean, all of my Keith Armstrong came out. You
Complete
got a gold
trash,
jacket,
man.
Mm-hmm.
man.
Mm-hmm.
And they really responded. They really
Yeah.
responded. And
but but here's the thing though, John. A lot of people laughed, and a lot of people, people because here's the thing I'll say. Most people like people that take traditional routes to get to the NFL
Mm-hmm.
or any professional
Mm-hmm.
sports team. Most people don't like the fact that some guys got to take the long way to get to their destination, and they try to make it seem like they can't play. We're seeing that with Jack Strand right now. Remember, I told you, John, about him, and you said, I got to wait. Now, I don't put too much stock into the preseason. Let me make sure I put that out there. I got to see him play when he's playing against starters. That's when I'm really going to be able to make that assessment. But he looks
Well, hold
good
up,
against
Ryan. Hold on,
Yankees.
Ryan.
What?
I don't mean to cut you off, but hold on. I got to stop you right there. Now, we don't had a lot of people come in here, and you've been on the back end of that too.
Yeah.
You know, they dog this man out like he can't even hold a football. Now, I know you and I have been on the same page about Jack Strand.
Yep.
Right. But there are a lot of people here, content creators that alike, that said that because he hasn't played against elite talent, that he does not deserve to be on this field.
And I
Now,
want to
no
see the
matter,
reason I'm saying
that's
that.
part of that long road you're talking
Yep.
about.
And you see
right?
why I said
So,
that, right?
yeah. So now you seeing
I chose
today.
that verbiage for a reason, because if he gets the job, it's not because of favoritism. It's because he earned it.
He earned that thing. Yeah. And look,
I'm
let's get this
telling
on
you,
out there.
how
Jack
long?
Strand chose to be D2. He had D1 schools come at him.
Facts.
3 of them out of the SEC. So schools came at him. He chose to be number 2 or go D2. Now, you got to watch the player.
Can you say what schools? Because I could give you one off the bat. Because Brian
Run
Kelly
him
at LSU tried to get him. That's
Run him
one.
down.
I know that firsthand.
Yeah. Auburn wanted him.
Yep.
Auburn wanted him.
Bad.
That's why they went down there and got Byron Brown, because they couldn't get Jack Strand.
So John, think about
he
it.
has
You
the
got
talent.
3
Is
SEC
this
schools
true
that
about
want you.
Jack Strand?
Yeah.
Is this true about Jack Strand that he decided just to be loyal to his Minnesota team?
Yeah.
Yep.
That was the
That's
reason why.
He
absolutely
just
true.
decided
They
not to
gave him
move and go to the other teams
But
because
Kool-Aid,
to be
they
loyal.
gave him the opportunity, and the thing was, the money that was offered to him, let's just be honest, they couldn't compete with it. Jack stayed because no one else gave him a chance.
It wasn't about the money.
It was never about the money. And he loved to play this game. And he's loyal to those who are loyal to him. And he lets you know that. Business is business, but he's not going to screw you or whatnot, because, again, if you give him an opportunity, okay, let him work.
And you
Now,
know what?
the thing about Jack Strand too, is he going to be is it still a stretch that he make this team? Yeah. But he came out. You can't ignore what he's done, right? You can't ignore that. There are countless players, ex-players that are in the Hall of Fame that came from D2 schools. We as fans, we see the talent in these D2 players, HBCU players. We see the talent in these players, but it's these scouts that overlook these players and that go under the radar, and they somehow make it into the league, get an opportunity, and go on into the Hall of Fame. Why not Jack Strand?
Yeah.
We've been battling
And
this quarterback
you
thing
know
for too
what?
long.
And you know what? What made me kind of notice him? When that pressure came up in his face and he flicked it to the running back. Now I said and flicked it accurately. It wasn't where the running back had to do any type of gymnastics in order to get the ball. When he did that, I said,
Clip that.
I think we might have us a little something here. You know,
Yeah.
I'm still gonna wait, but it looked like we might have us a little something here, because I just left Atlanta in an Atlanta content creators get together that they had down there near the airport.
Bar and Grill.
Yeah, and they were roasting Uncle Steve because Uncle Steve was he was just excoriating Jack Strand. Oh, what in the world? Jack Strand ain't. But man, those drives that Jack Strand led for the touchdown throw, as well as him running into the end zone, man, they scraped all the paint off of Uncle Steve. Man.
Yeah,
Man,
as they should.
They got him.
Guys.
They got him, but you know it was all in fun or whatever. But
check
thing
this
was, that man showed up. Jack Strand showed up.
But John, I got laughed at by him. I'm saying it. I got laughed at by him because I said it in the chat one night when he had his show, and he was like, Y'all believe in that just like that Desmond? I said, he ain't Desmond Ritter. Please
but
don't
I
compare
got
him.
called.
but
I
Yeah.
got called delirious. I got called crazy. One guy told me I
but,
outright didn't know what the heck I was talking about.
He ain't say
but
heck. I'll tell
hey,
you
look,
what he
look,
said.
I
guys,
know
look.
he didn't. No, he didn't say
And
heck.
you don't have to say it.
He didn't
I
say
said.
heck,
He
but
said, you don't know
Look,
what the hell you talking about because I got
yeah,
that same
look,
treatment.
yeah,
But now what's funny is you got people actually now starting to kind of look like, okay, this dude
look,
might can play. But
yeah,
Penix is back now. So
yeah.
look,
now
guys, look. Can I
we're
say this?
getting ready to hear,
Can I
all
say
right,
this?
well, Penix getting ready to get his job back. This, and this. Here's the thing. He got to
Can I,
earn that job because it's a whole new staff.
can I say this?
Hmm.
It's
Can I
not,
say this? Can I say this
yeah.
though? Can I say
Go
this?
ahead.
Look, look. This is truth. This is truth. Take this with truth, or you can take it with a bit of salt. Tua or Pennis will have to screw up horribly, really, really bad
For Strand to
Hmm.
get
for
the job.
Strand to get a chance, and that's the
Yeah,
truth, bro.
Yeah. Well,
And
Tua
we
is already
absolutely.
off to a great start at
either
that.
one will have to get injured and make room for him or whatever. Right
Yeah,
Kool-Aid.
now, Strand competition right now is Cooper Rush or Cooper Rush right now for that third spot, and that's gonna come down to that third game, man. Now, I see him
yeah,
favoring Strand. When I said they compare him to Matty Ice on them videos, I see him, but as for Penix and for Tour, they would have to screw up really, really bad, man. For them,
yeah.
especially
Well, that's
Penix,
gonna be easy,
because
but that's
Penix
gonna be easy for
right now,
Tua to
Penix
do.
is their baby. If Penix, look, Penix is they drafted quarterback.
Hmm.
Okay, they got him. He showed some life before he got hurt, and he would have to actually get hurt, injured really,
Yeah,
really bad, or screw up really, really bad. Also,
Kool-Aid.
now Tua just got like a little. He just got a little crazy little contract. Okay,
yeah.
they could be moving off like you said, and a
Kool-Aid. Do you want the
possibility
truth?
that they
Kool-Aid, do you
could
want the
move
truth or
off
you
of
want the
Tua,
lie?
and Strand could end up being.
No. I gotta stop you right there. Do you want the truth or you want the lie? Because the truth of the matter is this front office is not invested in old boy like that. He gotta earn it because this is a whole new regime. Think about it.
Hmm.
Stefanski's walking in here with a quarterback that's not who he picked.
Right.
That was left
I've
over.
been telling
And
folks
I'm not
all
saying,
Yeah,
summer
and I'm
long.
not saying that I'm not
yeah,
saying that Penix can't ball and become Stefanski's guy. I am not
yeah.
saying that. But what I am saying is this: nobody has a guaranteed job with this regime. It's
Right.
a chance that people can get cut and moved elsewhere. Period.
Yeah, yeah.
Period.
But that's
So
what
what
I was
I'm
saying. He would have to screw up really. I'm saying he would have to screw up bad.
but here's the thing
Right.
with his
It ain't gonna
injury
just. They just
history,
ain't gonna just. Oh, I'm just not gonna just. I'm just gonna
but
take him and
Kool-Aid,
put him there.
but with his injury history, dog, you
That
gotta
part.
be honest. You got two
History.
quarterbacks that literally have been in and out of lineups because they can't stay healthy. I'm not
Yeah.
saying nothing bad because Penix can play when he's healthy, but at the
Yeah,
same time,
absolutely.
you have to look at the fact that out of the last 8 years, 5 of those years have ended in season-ending injuries. But
Hmm.
without further ado, don't want to keep the man waiting. He's hard at work. We got Mr. Darius Hayes in the building. Make a clap to
What's
this.
happening,
Man,
Darius?
Falcons beat writer, my guy from Sports Illustrated, also 3A Sports. Man, what's going on, Darius? How you doing, brother? Welcome.
Well, what's going on, y'all? How y'all doing?
What's
How
going
you
on,
doing,
man?
Mr.
Are you?
Darius?
Outstanding.
Man, you got week 2. It's a whole different energy, a lot of different moving parts. This week, how do you feel that the team responded from last week's performance and what you saw in practice from some of the struggles to how they performed on the field today?
This week was probably a complete 360 from last week. Last week was, performance nobody wanted to see, but they were much better this week. The
Mhm.
game, they were dominant in all three phases. Uh, just really good, just a really good week for the second unit to kind of, uh, just catch their stride, get to see a lot of things. A lot of guys, answered some questions today that, a lot of the fan base had last week. So Really good game overall. A lot of positives to take away. Not many negatives, but a lot of big news as well. So a lot of good.
Okay. Um, during the practices this week, because we're gonna get it, everybody want to hear about the MPJ news, but we'll get into that. But during the practices this week, what was the competition level like, and what stood out to you from what you saw and what you've been reporting or whatnot online on how these guys were trying to really compete and pretty much people's jobs on the line at this point. How do you feel the cuts are going to come down, and how are they looking at players at this point that competed?
I think during joint practice, you've seen a lot of. I'd say it was a mix of good and bad. I think a lot of key guys stood out. Specifically, Kendall Daniels, Harold
Mhm.
Perkins Jr., Keyshawn Banks, players like that. They stood out on defense. The Colts really didn't have a run game that they could establish against the Falcons defense this week. And then it translated into the game today that we saw. I mean, the Colts really didn't have a run game at all. Secondary wise, a lot of good key players for that. But joint practices, the offense was mainly the questions and concerns from joint practice, specifically the starters. Tua not playing well, just guys kind of all over the place. But I think going into today's game, it was a little bit different because the offense that we saw from joint practice was not the same offense we saw today.
Yeah,
Out of all of their drives from today, they punted twice. So
yeah,
just a really big difference from last week into this week, and just something that'll make you feel better.
yeah. But I got a
Okay.
question for you. Yeah, 34-6. That's a huge statement, man, right? That regardless whether or not it's preseason. And for the Falcons, it has been the largest deficit as far as touchdown and score wise for the Falcons, right? We haven't seen that since 2012. But was that your biggest takeaway? Was the offense, the defense, or was it kind of like a balanced thing? Or was it just like for me, it was Tommy Reese. It was play calling, I think. But for you, what was the biggest takeaway coming away from this win?
I would say the biggest takeaway for me was kind of just how the offense was able to score points. Like I said, there were where they didn't two drives where they punted the ball,
Right.
and they were just able to move the ball effectively on offense, specifically the running backs. Tyler Goodson probably has slotted himself in the
Yeah.
number 3 running back role. However, Cass Jones also second half kind of fought back and gave himself had over 100 yards in scrimmage yards. So
Right.
the offense was kind of the key, but also the defense was able to just stifle the Colts. They had 164 yards total.
Yeah.
Um, just made them look really, really inefficient. A lot of key guys were just making tackles, making just hustle to the ball, more aggressiveness.
Yeah.
Had a couple of plays today where you could just see the aggressiveness that you didn't see last week. Now, granted, it's the
Awesome.
Colts. I understand it's not the same level of a team like the Broncos, but yeah, they were just able to. They made them look like an inferior team, and that's what we
Yeah.
didn't see in joint practices. But yeah, the offense was clearly the key. I mean, a lot of guys you said are fighting for spots. I'm sure we'll talk about them here in a second. But yeah, a
Yeah.
lot of guys were fighting for stuff. So the way they were able to effectively run the ball today was probably one of the biggest key things that I got.
Awesome. Appreciate
And
it.
when you can't, and also you look at, like you said, the defense was stifling today, pretty much held to 6 points. Um, the special teams today, everybody's talking about everything else, but nobody mentioned that. Um, you got Nick Folk out here knocking down 50 yarders like with ease. And then you talk about also the punter today was able to flip the field multiple times to give the defense a chance to actually
Yeah.
defend. And the coverage team actually was bringing people down to the ground today. You can see that those fundamentals came into play. Um, with the special team side of the house, who do you think is going to be the starting return man? Because Branch obviously showed why he was a top punt returner in the country, but you got 2 other guys that were returning kicks today. How do you feel as if they're going to be able to do a few things?
I think Zachariah Branch is probably going to be the week one returner. Just looks shifty, looks agile, looks efficient in that. I think he's been slotted there. We've seen some other guys get some reps there, but I think he'll be the ultimate returner. I think that's kind of where they want to use him, use his skills, use that speed. Um, So I think that would be my prediction on where you slot those guys. But the special teams had like a quiet, strong day, like you said.
Yeah.
Nick Foles out there kicking 50-yard field goals, so much so that the Falcons, when they got in the red zone a couple of times, just opted to go for fourth downs and just see if they could score points off of that because they didn't
Yeah.
need to see Nick Foles kick a 20, 30-yard field goal. So that was good for them. Their coverage teams were pretty strong. They really stopped the Colts from generating any like bigger returns. You've seen a lot of the younger players who are also fighting for some of those spots make really big tackles, really big hits. Xavier Woods like knocked somebody into the dirt today, so that was good to see. But yeah, it was a really good day on special teams, and I think that's what was going to make some of these guys stand out for roster spots when they're looking for that is being able to stand out on special teams because those are when you get down to cut day, you're looking for guys who are gonna, you're gonna have to send home or add to this roster or even the practice squad. You're looking for guys who are really strong and dependable on special teams. So yeah, it was a good day. Just quieter because of how the offense and how the defense played.
Yeah.
The other thing we're going to ask you because a lot of people are waiting. When Kevin Stefanski spoke about Michael Penix Jr., why did they wait till right after the game to announce that? Even though we already saw what Jack Strand did today, are they really putting it out there to where they really want 4 quarterbacks competing like that, or is it just the fact that they were just waiting for the perfect time to say it?
Kevin Stefanski has remained clear that the quarterback competition remains open. So today there was a development on Thursday that Michael Penix is going to speak to his doctor on Thursday just to kind of see like where he was at as far as the knee and if he was going to be cleared. Now that he is cleared, that as announced today, the quarterback competition now begins. So we're going to really get to see like if he can compete with Tua with about a week and a half left to see if he can get back into the QB1 conversation. Tua has really left the door open. Not having a great performance last week in the preseason game, not having a great joint practice. And he's been the only quarterback available, so he's had the advantage because he's been healthy and available, but he hasn't slammed the door shut. And if Michael Penix comes out there, has a great week of practice, has a great potential preseason game if he plays, it's going to make the question of who's going to start week one very open. I still think Tua has the lead. I think he has he's had the advantage. He's had the most reps. He's had the most work. But Michael Penix can make it very interesting because he has not closed the door. And a lot of teams have already announced their starters going into week one. So the fact that the Falcons have it is really you could see Michael Penix maybe slot himself in there and really make it. And in his 7-on-7 work, he's been pretty good. He's had some good and bad moments as well. But yeah, he can really make noise. And then as far as the backups, I really think the battle is going to come between the QB3 spot. Kind of what you saw, but I mean, Jack Strand has really he's going to make it difficult. His performance today, there was one point he was 8 for 8 before he had an incompletion. And honestly, the incompletions he had weren't bad ones. I mean, he was on fourth down trying to make a play, trying to make a throw, and then he really was out there just more comfortable than he was last week's. Really slinging the ball, just trying to see if he can eke out a spot on this roster. And I think he's closer to that now than where he was last week. And then as far as the rest of Cooper Rush even had a better day today. Was just a better quarterbacks really they stood out today. But what I would like to see is if Jack Strand can really make that push for the QB3 spot. I think he'll have another week to do it. I wouldn't say he's all the way 100% going to make it, but he's in a good position, and a performance like that today is really going to help him.
You
Yes.
know what? I just came up with a name for the segment real quick, and this is what we're going. John, I'll let you ask your question. We're gonna start when you come on after games. We either gonna call it dotting them up with Darius, or we gonna call it details with Darius. That's pretty
There
much
we
on the
go.
BirdCage show. Like if you hear anybody else say it, make sure you get that 50% from them if they try to steal it. But like I said, we pretty much got you in house with us, and we're definitely gonna call it dotting them up with Darius. And also want to welcome to the chat my guy, Mr. Larry Dixon of the Dixon Way. He was calling the Braves games today. We're gonna let you tap in. We're just gonna try to get some more info out of Darius. You can ask questions, but John, I know
Right.
you had your hand raised, so go ahead and ask Darius your question for today.
Darius, nice to meet you, sir. Um, any word on the offensive lineman that got carted off today?
So no word as of yet. Dewberry went down. He got rolled up on in the game.
Right, right,
Left,
yeah.
went to the medical tent. Left, came back, and then straight to the locker room. No update as of yet. Didn't look good. That's what I would say. But yeah, there's no update yet. But
Okay.
we'll try to keep you guys updated.
Mm,
Okay.
okay.
Got one more good. Hope I think it's a good question. We still at the roster at what 93 players, 94 players to be exact. And we still got to make the roster cuts, right? So I want you to finish this sentence for me. The Atlanta Falcons still needs, and you can finish that for me.
With the Atlanta Falcons still need to. The uncertainty probably is the defensive line, just kind of really figuring out what the rotation is now with Jalen Walker and James Pierce Jr. out. Um, I think today we've had Keyshawn Banks and some of these guys. They were really stepping up. Even Cam Sample had a
Yeah.
play right where he made a
Mm,
huge rush and then followed it up with a sack. So they're
right.
still trying to figure out that just that rotation of what that's going to look like. Who's going to start? I thought Aziz Ojolari probably had the lead as far as the other side of that role, but he hasn't really stood out as much as I thought he would. And some of
Yeah.
these other guys, they're stepping up. They're hungry. They're trying to make it. So just kind of that defensive line
Okay.
rotation is probably what I would say. And then of course it's the quarterbacks. What are you going to do? Are you going to keep all three? You're going to keep four? Um, who's going to start week one? You
Hmm.
need to have a starting quarterback. Everything
For
moves
sure.
off of that. I think at this point it's safe to say it's to Michael Penix to kind of determine. Um, I would say I think by the end of the third preseason game, we'll probably have an idea of who's going to start. I
Yeah.
think Michael Penix has a small window. It's a very small window because of his availability, but a very
Mhm.
small window to try and win that job. Um, and I think he's as motivated as ever to get to it. He just wanted to be healthy. I know he's a little bit more confident, but you everybody knows ACL injuries are
Yeah.
very hard to come back from. So we're kind of just hoping that he can make it and that he's good. But yeah, if I had to say anything, just kind of the defense. Also,
Okay.
one more key note: Christian Harris entered the game in the second quarter today
Right.
when the starters were potentially not able to play, and that was kind of like a odd moment considering
Question
none
mark.
of the other
Yeah.
starters played.
Yeah.
Right.
So is Kendall Daniels really pushing that much where Christian Harris might not play? That's another question that needs to be answered as well. So I think there's a few
Okay.
different questions that can need to be answered. But
Okay.
Go ahead, Kool-Aid. I
I
see you had
appreciate
your
that.
hand raised.
My question, this is the last preseason game, right? We got this the last one.
yep,
You got
yes
Next
one.
sir.
one, yeah.
Okay.
Next
Miami
week.
So
next week.
my question is, how much of the starters will play? I'm concerned about seeing starters playing football. So in this third game, will we see all the starters play in all the phases of the football game? Special team, defense, offense. Will we see all the phases in this game, in the next third game? What's the possibility?
I truthfully don't think we'll see any of the starters play. I think depending on, because we haven't even seen them play this week, the probability of them playing next week is low. That's not the official plan. Still got to talk to Kevin Stefanski about it, see what he thinks about whether he's going to start. It's also interesting now with Michael Penix coming back, probably maybe going to play in this game. So it'll be interesting to kind of see what the plan is. I think certain positions there won't be anybody playing. I think running back, wide receiver, like a lot of positions that are already solidified on this team. There's no reason to play those guys. So that's what I would probably say. Those guys are sitting out. I think D line, O line, just positions that are still uncertain, positions that have active competitions there. We might see that play, and even to the point we may see Michael Penix. So it'll be interesting to kind of see what Kevin Stefanski does. His motto is about he wanted guys to play in the preseason, but they had joint practice this week, so that was their preseason reps. So I guess the answer to your question is we'll see. If I had to guess, I would probably say a large majority of the starters will not play.
Here's a question I got for you, and I mean, people are going to be angry about it, but oh well. With Strand playing the way that he did, and we have two quarterbacks that have consistently battled injuries and just a lot of things on the field. If we have any kind of inkling of Penix's knee bothering him a little bit more, or even Tua going down with an injury because he's been battling, back tightness and all kinds of things this offseason, minus fumbling the football, I know that it wouldn't happen. But would you see them playing Strand over Cooper Rush, or do you think they're just going to go with all experience with this roster? If that was the worst to happen, if those two went down,
I think there's a chance. I wouldn't say that it's completely out of the running. I honestly think if he does do that, he's going to have to make the roster. I think that's probably the most crucial thing. That's where I believe the battle is. I believe the battle's at that QB spot, and I think going into today, I think Cooper Rush probably had more of that lead because of that experience. But then when you watch something like that, it gets real hard to kind of leave out of that game with it leaves you with a lot of questions like, should we have this guy on the roster? And I think after today, I would say yes. I liked what he brought. I think he's young. He's had some talent. The arm talent's clearly there. But would he start over Cooper Rush? Not sure. Still trying to learn how Kevin Stefanski likes to go with, whether it's more experience or whether it's more, we're going to let this guy play and see what the kid can bring. As we saw in Cleveland, I mean, he had a lot of different quarterbacks over there. Yeah. Managing that situation.
13 to be exact.
Yeah.
You gotta put that number out.
So a lot, right, 13 quarterbacks.
Door.
Right. So it was a revolving door over there, and then you come over here where the quarterback situation is a little bit more clear, but it ain't that much more clear. So you kind of, I would say Strand has a chance. I think what I've watched in him, I've been impressed. I think he has a real chance to make this roster just with another solid week of practice and another solid reps in the next preseason game versus the Dolphins. I think he can make the roster. So I think anything's possible.
Okay. Yeah. I know you've been working hard today. I know you're ready to go get some vittles and kind of cool out or whatnot. We're not gonna take too much more of your time, man. We definitely appreciate you slide through. This is the Partyline Lounge. You came into Benediction last week, so anytime you see the church with people sad, depressed as a background, that pretty much means it's been a bad day. But anytime a win happens, this is a place that I'd like for you to get used to coming into. So this is the Partyline Lounge. Wings, drinks, whatever you want. Just make sure that you drive home responsibly. But Darius, tell the folks.
Can I ask him a question before you go?
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. I don't want to ask him before you go. Always good to hear from you, Darius. I wanted to ask you kind of a peripheral question. With cut days, coming down, they're going to cut down once, and then the final week they're going to cut to the final 53. Do you think the new NCAA ruling on, well, not NCAA, the judge ruling that guys can go back to college. Do we have any guys that are eligible to go back? Because I didn't look it up. I was just wondering on that aspect. Do we have anybody that can go back to college and try to get back in the portal and stuff like that? Because I know I heard a lot of that talk going on after this judge raised an injunction so kids can get into the portal that are eligible to get a fifth season back in college, which is crazy. I don't agree with that. But do we have anybody on the roster that's eligible to do that? If so, would it be in the positions like we need pass rush and stuff like that? You know what I'm saying? But is anybody on this roster that could get affected like that? Hey, I'm not gonna go to free agency. I'm just gonna go back to college.
I would probably say no. The impact on that for these guys or no. I
Okay.
would largely say I don't think anybody on this roster is in that position. And I know with that ruling that just came down, a lot of
Yeah.
the fifth years that were, I believe it got revoked. So then now a lot of the fifth year players, unless they already had a current case that was pending, that was the only way they could go and get their fifth
Okay.
year back. So if
I
you
got
didn't have that, and then there's the NFL has rules about players signing contracts and then returning. So could be. I would probably say no. I wouldn't lean on that unless there's a player who was already on the roster that would have had that, and I don't believe there is one right now.
you. Okay. Because I know they were just talking about how once they make cut downs, guys may go back, and get a NIL deal, which would be more than what he get sitting on someone's practice squad. So that's all.
Yeah.
Appreciate you. Oh, appreciate the
Mhm.
follow also, sir.
Oh yeah, no problem.
Yep.
And the thing is, Darius, I know you, like I said, I know you getting ready to grab some food, enjoy yourself, enjoy the weekend. Let the folks know where they can find you and how to subscribe to your column so we can try to support you and continue to keep trying to help you become one of the top writers in the city, just like Miles Garrett and my guy Daniel Flick. We want you to be in amongst that class to where folks know who you are. We're gonna help you get there. So tell the folks where we can find you.
You can follow me on Twitter at dhaysports37. That is my username. I will frequently update you guys with all updates, and then when I'm specifically at games, I will do live updates from the game as well. So you can follow me on there. You can also follow me on Falcons on SI Sports Illustrated page. I do articles on there as well, breakdowns, weekly breakdowns, press conferences, things like that. So that's the way you can follow me. And then yeah, I'll be at all the home games this year specifically. And then that's the way you can follow me.
Definitely appreciate you, my guy. We look forward to seeing you possibly next week if you get that moment, because I know you have to do the press conferences and so many other things that you have. We
Yeah, it
appreciate you
is
just
busy.
giving us at least a couple of minutes of your time, because again, you don't have to do this, but we definitely are going to try to help you get some more subscribers on the way, my guy. Definitely appreciate you.
I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good one.
You too,
All right,
buddy.
Hey,
take
you
it
too.
easy, D.
Appreciate it. Good meeting you, brother.
That was Mr. Darius Hayes of Sports Illustrated. He definitely is doing his thing. One of the best in the game, upcoming writers. He was working for the Tampa Bay Bucks last year, but now we've claimed him as one of our own. So hopefully he can remain with us, because he's definitely been putting in work and giving some great insight, man. So shout out to Darius. Larry, what's good, man?
What's up, man? We take all wins. At least the Falcons won it in impressive fashion. I watched the first half before the Braves came on. What I was really impressed with was the offensive line work. Uh,
Yes.
offensive line, offensive line was definitely ruling that really is a game in the trenches. I feel like the Falcons won the trenches today on offense and defense, especially offense. That run for Goodson was a textbook hat on hat, and he didn't tippy toe. He hit that hole and he was gone. So
Yeah.
it seemed like our quarterbacks definitely had protection today. They weren't hurried or rushed. No turnovers, which is excellent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No fumbling, no freaking interceptions, careless interceptions. So it seems like at least so who played got the message of, hey guys, we need to protect the football more. We need to value the football more. And shout out to Nick Folk, man. Old toe, straight toe. You know what I'm saying? Old toe, straight toe. And shout
Yes,
out to the
sir.
punter too. Like the
Yeah.
punter, he only got 2 chances, but he averaged like what 50 something yards. What was it?
Yeah.
About a little over
56 average. His
yeah.
longest was 58. So yeah, I
Right on the
mean,
2 yard
put them
line.
right where they wanted to in the 20. I mean, for me, special teams definitely get a gold star. I mean, much better than what
Yeah.
we were dealing with before. But it's also special teams playing better also shows that we might have got a little bit better talent. That was kind of a telltale sign from last year, like I was saying, that when your special teams is horrible, it's not just the coach, it's also the talent you got on your team. The guys that's
Yeah.
supposed to be the third and fourth string, whatever to wherever. You know what I'm saying? Those guys suck, plus the scheme suck. You're gonna suck on special teams, okay? So yeah, that
So
I
the
mean,
punter's name is
good win
Jake
is the
Bailey,
second.
Larry.
It's the second win. Well, first win of the preseason,
Preseason.
second game. I kind of disagree with D about my gut feeling, and I feel like Michael Penix's gonna play. I feel like he's gonna start. He might get one series, kind of like what Tua did. He might get 1 or 2 series,
Yeah.
but I think he's gonna play the first quarter. Me personally, you know what I'm saying?
Hey Larry, so that punter
He-
you're talking about, his name, so you'll know it, Jake Bailey. That's who it is.
Okay.
The punter,
Bailey, yeah.
Jake Bailey.
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah,
was just
Jake
making
Bailey.
sure
Yeah.
I was just making sure
Yeah.
you had it or whatnot. Cause see, I
Okay,
ain't finna
appreciate
leave you stranded like that, my guy.
Hey,
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's up,
But
can
Kool-Aid?
I say this? Can I say this?
yeah,
Special teams has lost us football games.
Yep.
yes, it has.
Many we should
Yes,
have
it
won
They
has.
have
big
lost us a
multiple
lot of
times.
football games.
Yeah.
And this time we got two people called when you need to flip the field, you got to be able to flip the field
Facts.
and
That
be able
part.
to land that ball. And when you need a field goal to win the game and field goal to take the lead to turn and to turn the the momentum of the game, you need that, man. And we got Nick Foles and this guy. It's gonna be important. Hey,
Yeah.
we got to get it right. Zechariah got to he got to run. He gonna be running punts and kickoffs, right? Is Zechariah gonna do
No,
both?
it's
Most
mainly gonna
likely
be
just
punt.
punts.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
Most
not
He
gonna
likely
just
be
gonna
punt.
doing
Zechariah
kickoffs
gonna do
unless
punt.
it's a
So
special
who
situation.
doing our kickoffs?
It's pretty much gonna either be Cash Jones might be one of them. What's the other
Goodson.
kid's name? Goodson might be
Yeah.
back there,
Yeah.
and the wide receivers that we've been rotating, but we'll find out. But
Okay,
Yeah.
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 but
So
yeah,
Zechariah punts. Now this is the most important. Punts are very important. That is, I mean, how you make a decision on where you gonna field the ball or when you gonna let it go and catching it. That's very important. So Zachariah Branch got to come. He got to come ready, bro. Now I
Yeah.
know I like him. I heard of him. Been watching for a long time. So I
and
ain't saying I ain't got no confidence in what he can do.
Yeah.
But he got to bring it though. And I always look at my own punch. I always look at that guy that can make the right decision of fair catching or catching the ball and getting it up the field at the right time. And
Yeah.
don't make a mistake of not letting that ball go over your head when you can catch it and they can keep them from down at the 2 yard line. I be watching
Yeah.
them guys on
so
that. That's
Kool-Aid.
important, man.
So Kool-Aid, real quick before I get to the next point. Shout out to Playboy Trey. Trey of the Water Boys is in the chat. What's going on, my
What's
guy?
happening? What's
Appreciate
happening,
the support,
Trey?
Right.
bro. But here's the other thing. You got to remember this. Branch come from a football family. He come
Yeah.
from great stock. I've been
Yeah.
preaching this since he was at Georgia. And fans gonna get tired of me saying it. His great uncle is Cliff Branch. If you don't know, look him up. Because
Now
before
you know.
Cliff became a regular with the Raiders as just a receiver, hell, Cliff was a return man. He was a top return
Yeah.
man at Colorado back in the day. So
You
it's
know how
there.
old I am. You know I seen Cliff Branch.
Yeah, you watched Cliff Branch.
Exactly.
That
And that's why I'm
Yeah.
saying,
boy.
think about it though. Kool-Aid, think about
Yeah.
it. You saw how dangerous Cliff was on the outside. He had Freddie Bolitnikoff originally on one side when he started off as a young pup, and Fred was hell himself. But if you look at it, Cliff is reincarnated in Zach Branch. It's literally, and everybody laughed at me when I said it, and they were like, "Oh man, you trying to compare?" I'm like, "No, Cliff trained him and his brother
Right.
Zion, who's still at Georgia right now. Period."
Yeah.
So when you look at what he brings to the table, being able to have big playability, Cliff Branch's nickname was the Money Man. He
Right.
came through in the clutch. Art Shell said it like this. He said, he said, you got your last $2 in your back pocket. He said, put it on Cliff. He gonna come through for you. He was that type
Let's
of player.
$2.
Branch is the same, Zachariah is the same type of player where you can count on him in a tough situation. And now that he's in an offense to where they're going to use all of his capabilities and not just use him as a screen merchant the whole time, it's really going to show. So Branch and Cass Jones, I feel like, are going to be the two Swiss Army knives in being able to hurt you with speed and on offense outside of what we have. Those are going to be those wild cards. And then you throw Goodson in there. He's going to be another one. So I want to ask you this real quick, but you know what? Before I ask this question, I'm going a little long. We're going a little long today, and I'm okay with that because it's a win. So I want people to feel good about it. We normally don't go for 2 hours, but hey, man, whatever. We're going to go a little long today. But hey, y'all sit back, relax. We got something for you. Tap in real quick if you have it. The BirdCage LLC looks to do it again. We got the Falcons Steelers watch party September the 13th, 2026. What location do you say? At Dave & Buster's in Marietta, Georgia.
Now hand me about 4 or 5 little biscuits. I sure am hungry.
On the game day menu, there will be sliders, wings, fries, bottomless non-alcoholic drinks, but we also have a cash bar for those who want to get their drink on, and also we have a full-fledged menu with waiters and waitresses that are going to take your orders. Also, we have on the ones and twos DJ Swats in the building. We're going to have former ball players to come through to the party. Your ticket also registers you for a raffle giveaway. Hey, we got to hit this thing hard like we hit the Saints. Make sure you get your tickets. You don't want to miss. You know how we get down.
You either get right or you get left. Go.
Hey, if you hadn't got your tickets, go ahead and get those tickets now. Tickets are flying off the shelf faster than the lottery tickets. Matter of fact, the Powerball tickets to be exact. Flying off the shelf a little bit faster. Like I said, we're going to have bottomless non-alcoholic drinks, but we will have a cash bar for those who want to drown their sorrows and their stress if they're being stressed during the game. Outside of that, we'll have waiters and waitresses waiting to take your order. If you're not, if you don't get full off of the food that we're going to provide, or you're not feeling the food that we provide, we're going to have another option for you. We're going to have prize giveaways, former players. We're going to have a full slated show, the pregame meal, halftime show, also the postgame party line or benediction. Hopefully it's a party line to keep the party going. Shout out to DJ Swats. He's going to be in the building on the ones and twos. We pretty much have upper echelon detailing, and the chair spot going to be in there. Our photography from Eugene Toy Thomas, riding all the way up from Duval County. So shout out to Mr. Duval County in the building. Got to give his plug. You ever in Jacksonville, check out Upper Echelon Detail if you need your car detailed. We got a few other folks that's going to be in the building. And also Mercy Next will be in the building giving out free blood pressure checks or whatnot. You know, the water boys, they say the blood pressure birds, but guess what? The BirdCage is going to make sure that your blood pressure stay down when you come through the building, because we're going to also have blood pressure checks. It's going to be a hell of a time. Y'all tap in with us. Now let's get back to the blood
I got a
pressure
question
birds.
right quick on that.
You better take it before the game, not
Right?
after the game.
Right. I was going to say pretty much through Zelle and Cash App. You just tap in with us, man. Matter of fact, John has your information, correct?
Yeah, I think you do. I'm not sure.
Man, just look me up. I was gonna say look me up on Facebook, man. I'm there. Ryan Walker.
Oh,
You'll find me.
Facebook. Okay.
Yeah. Matter of fact, I'm gonna make this easy for you, Kool-Aid. I'll put it in the back of the chat right now for you so you can have it.
Golly, Kool-Aid.
Man, it's all good. Leave it alone, man. Leave it alone. Stolen Matt, Debo.
Stolen Matt.
Nah, it's cool though, man. I got you,
I'll
Kool-Aid,
just
because I
mess
know
with
you want to
you.
pull
I'm
up
just
into the
messing with you,
building.
Kool-Aid.
Nah, it's all good. But let's get back to it, man. We sitting here talking about the Falcons at this point and what we can expect from this team. What's something else that you guys look for um, with the team and the ball club that we're actually trying to do when it comes to being able to be a little bit more efficiently successful with passing the football and with pass protection? Do you think if we struggle this year, it's just a question. If we struggle this year, do you think we draft a quarterback because of the injuries, or do you think we draft a tackle? What's up, Larry? What you got?
I'm gonna say the unpopular thing. I'm gonna say tackle. I
Mm,
said tackle last year, and people scoffed at me. And it's
I was
like
right there with you,
that ain't
homeboy.
sexy.
Well, you don't
Um,
get that anyway.
when when I look at this team now, good thing is they said Taylor Lewan is of Jawan Taylor is ready, and he looked kind of good, when he was kind of warming up. So we're gonna see if he plays. He may or may not play, depending on how practice goes. I think they may play the starters with Michael Penix. It won't really be fair to bring him in that game and play with the second and third, and guys ain't really gonna make the team. Uh, if you want to get a true evaluation, then I think the starters have to play.
Mm,
Unless I don't think they're gonna make a decision on Michael Penix becoming a starter or not if he hasn't played one down in preseason. That's just my feeling. So uh, with Taylor coming back, we need to see how he performs against the Dolphins. I'm not sure if the Dolphins gonna dress rehearsal. Like normally these are supposed to be the dress rehearsal, but since they took a preseason game away, you never know. Um, but yeah, offensive line, I need to see how Michael Penix works with them. Do it just like Tua. What, 15 two possessions? Yeah.
Mm.
Come in 2 possessions. If it's end of the first quarter, that's it. And call it. And you make the decision from there. If you guys, I think Jack Strand is outplayed. Pooper Rush.
Super.
Thank you. You forgot the sounder. That's why I had to say it again.
that was on
I
delay.
think he's
I
out.
apologize. StreamYard.
Yep, you told me you're gonna do it. I I feel like, yeah, Cooper Rush only missed one pass, but I mean it was all dink and dunk. I no,
Yeah.
miss me with that. Go ahead and make Jack Strand your third quarterback. You make your decision on who played better. If people gonna say it's not really fair for Tua because he only got 3 pass attempts in the last game. So what? You had joint practice. You didn't look good. You know what I'm saying? If you look decent, they would have already named you the quarterback. So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
let's see a fair. I don't know how one game or 1 week of practice with 11 on 11 is going to win it. I kind of agree with D on that, but it's obviously a reason why they they haven't named the quarterback. It's just like, okay, 707. Everything on deep pass outside of 2 of them that's been put on YouTube has come out of either Michael Penix's hands or Jack Strand's hands. So it's just
Mm-hmm.
like, Tua, you're not getting the ball down the field.
Yeah.
I mean, we can't waste Zach Branch burning people down the middle of the field. His routes are so crisp. Oh my God, his routes are so crisp.
Yeah.
So you can't waste that type of option when you're gonna have Drake on one side, or if you get a flood on one side with Branch, Pitts, and London. Who get that safety isolated on Zach Branch? That's to the crib.
Yeah.
That's all you,
And
man,
let's not forget we got
man.
Bijan to come out the backfield.
You
And
see what I'm
Kool-Aid,
saying, Ryan?
yeah, Kool-Aid, check behind backstage, man. So it should be there. Just hit me up and hit me up in the DM and I'll forward you the information.
Okay, my bad. But
No, you
yeah,
good.
I mean,
No, you good.
All right.
But I'm with you on that, Larry. Like I was making sure that Kool-Aid got his stuff or whatever. But I'm
okay,
with you on that. Like at this point, Just go ahead and just give it to him at this point.
Yeah,
Just go ahead.
yeah. And
Well, that's
it's not
kind of how I feel. Well, coming into the season, I personally didn't feel a reason to get Tua because I felt like it was a make or break year for Michael Penix anyway. Now he's
Exactly.
hurt, so I understand why you do that as a backup plan. You know what I'm saying? Just in case, break glass.
Mhm.
But if he's going to come back relatively healthy, if he can play, you have to find out what Michael Penix is right now. It's no hate on Tua Tagovailoa. It's literally like I drafted this kid in the first round, number 8, when I had a starting quarterback. Okay. I upset the apple cart to make this play. If I don't find out what he is, I wasted a draft pick. Okay. That's
Mhm.
just my train of thought. Good or bad. Good or bad. For me, it would have never been a competition. Even though I'm a new coach, I understand where this team is. I understand when I took this job. If I go get Tua, he's not really in my plans for the future. He's not.
Mhm.
I don't care if he's relatively young for a quarterback. His injury history is more so he might not be able to play football anymore. So,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Getting it's just two totally different things. So for me personally, I feel like if you don't put all your apples in Michael Penix and find out good or bad, because guess what? If it's bad, you're gonna tank for your future quarterback anyway.
right.
So why even try to? I understand that no team wants to lose. Arthur Blank definitely don't want to hear we're tanking for a quarterback. Season ticket holders definitely don't want to hear we're tanking for a quarterback. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? As morale alone, you don't want to come out of preseason saying, man, we're taking for a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody want to say that. But
Yeah.
again, um, and that's why it's so much hope with Jack Strand, just in case both of these guys stay hurt, you know. But again, in my mind's eye, I feel like you have to go in all in with Michael Penix. And if he gets hurt again, guess what? You know your answer. If it doesn't work out, you know what I'm saying, with the decision making and stuff like that, I personally feel like he was held back by Zach Robinson. People say that's an excuse. I heard he threw 11 screens in one practice down there in Tampa. So I'll call 11 screen plays. And so for me, I want to see him with a confident offensive coordinator. Is this
Yeah.
offensive coordinator better than Zach Robinson? I will hope so. My head coach at least is. If it's going bad, he should be able to take the reins and say, I'm calling the plays now. You know?
Yeah.
So again, if he's a 2-time coach of the year, I expect better. I'm not the one that's saying this is a throwaway year or this is a fill out year. That's an
Mhm.
excuse.
Yeah.
We got a 2-time coach of the year. We need to make the playoffs. We need to win this division. That's what
Yeah.
I'm looking at. And all
Yeah.
these Panther fans got their chest out, forgetting that we helped them win the division by ending
Right.
up with a 3-way tie. They
Right.
keep forgetting that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Shout out
Can
to
we
all the
call a
Pan-
spade a
shout out
spade
to all
with
the
these
kitty cat
Panthers?
fans that,
Hey.
that don't understand. Huh?
That's
My
it.
bad,
Can we
Ryan. Go
call
ahead.
No, I was with you on that. Hey, this is how I look at Panther fans. Look, y'all talking all this mess. Like I said, if it wasn't for us, you wouldn't have gone. You
Right.
got let's just look. Anytime a Panther fan talk to me, this is how I listen to him. This is what I hear. It's just a default. You got a playoff spot as a default. Yes, you got a
Right.
better quarterback than we have right now.
Right
Right
now.
Yeah.
now, you do. But guess
Right now.
what?
No, they
It
don't.
is a
No,
new
they don't.
season. No, right now they do. They went to the playoffs. That kind of elevates him slightly. You can shake your head all you want.
You just explained to them how they got to the
But
playoffs.
here's
But
the thing,
pandemic,
though.
the
But
way the
pandemic, everybody
quarterback
does
played
pass
against
now. What
us
we talking
made him
about?
look like he was Joe
Thank
Montana.
you.
Yeah.
So right now,
Exactly.
And pandemic, he's been rising as a top star in the league as a quarterback. He has been playing well.
he
I
has.
can't take that away from him. I get
I'm gonna put
look,
him
see,
on the same page I put
no,
Tyler Shaw in.
no,
I'm a,
see, look,
look.
Larry,
I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell
Larry,
you like I
Larry,
told.
Hold up.
I'm gonna
Hold
tell you
up.
what.
No.
Look,
Wow.
I'm gonna tell you what. I'm gonna tell you like I told Carolina Panthers guy.
Here we go.
Ain't nobody scared of no doggone Brittle Bryce. Everybody saw
We're
what
not
went
saying
down.
that
Hold
nobody's
on, Ryan.
scared of them.
Look, everybody saw how they won their game. Even the game where they beat us 30-0. Everybody saw how they won that game. It was no elaborate play by no Brittle Bryce. No, it was not. It was
Okay.
all we lacked coaching on both sides of the ball. Even on special teams, we lacked coaching.
So here's the question. I'm not gonna deny that, but here's my question. So what the hell is the problem when he's averaging over 200 yards against my defense that had 57 sacks last year? No,
Listen,
no. If we gonna
that
do this,
was
we gotta
that
do
was
this.
average. That was average quarterback play, Ryan.
hey,
That was average
Again, we
quarterback
had
play.
quarterbacks that were okay. We had quarterbacks that were top tier we played against that had less than that against our
Yeah.
defense.
Yeah.
hey,
Yeah,
it's a
look,
new day,
I
new coaches.
get that you can't stand them. Hold on, Kool-Aid. Hold on. Cause I'm getting ready. Let me hold on real quick. See, I got to do this because I already see that I'm trying to be nice.
I'm sorry.
But I can't do that right now. So you know what y'all getting ready to do?
Everybody say hello.
Say hello to the bad guy.
So let's get to it. Let's get to it, Chico. You from Dade County, raised
That's
in
right.
Atlanta. Let's do it.
One and only.
So I'm gonna give
Come
it
on.
to you raw.
Come
We
on.
had one of the best defenses in the league last year that got dotted up by him with less talent than he has now.
Yeah,
And
that is true.
guess what? It's not just the competency of the coach, because let's be honest, we've had opportunities to win ball games and players just wasn't executing sometimes.
Super Bowl.
So I'm putting that on players and coaches. Yes,
Yeah.
Raheem has a huge part in it. Yes, Zach Robinson has a huge part in it. However, when great plays were called, we didn't execute it many a times. We should have won this division pretty much the whole time Raheem was here.
Hands down.
Hands down. And
Arthur Smith.
Bryce Young has a winning record against us. Period. That's something
About
that you
one
can't
game.
deny. The man got a
About
winning
one
record
game.
against the Falcons.
Mhm.
Literally, he has more wins against the Falcons than Baker Mayfield. And
Yeah,
I
he
hate
does.
it.
2-1.
He
I hate
does.
it. No, he does.
He does.
He's
does.
got more wins than Baker Mayfield does against us. We've swept Baker Mayfield. So again, what I'm saying is I'm not gonna trash that cat like that, because real talk, you call him Brittle Bryce, but I guarantee you want him here. I guarantee
No, I
you
don't.
would. Say
No,
what you
sir.
want, but no,
No,
because he
sir.
got weapons. He would have weapons. And when you
No,
give him
sir.
weapons, you see, all right. So here's the thing, Fandemic. I give you this, and I'm a dog fan, and so is Larry. We watched what he did to that generational defense at Georgia and did not have a ton of weapons. We watched this. So when you shake your head like that and say that, that's disingenuous to this kid. You hate him
No,
at
it's
this
not.
point.
That's not just. I ain't look. It's just like Michael Penix.
I think
I
he
am
just
not
like
taking-
playing here in Georgia. That's
Thank
it.
you.
That's
No.
what it is.
That's not- look.
Pandemic. I promise you, that kid likes playing here in that dome. Period.
He might. He might. That don't make me want him here though.
And
That
no,
don't make me want him.
Oh, I
here.
didn't say I want him. I didn't say I
No,
want him.
said-
I'm just saying,
saying it. No,
I'm
you
not
ain't
calling
said
him
that. I said this
trash.
here.
That's it.
Compared
I'm
to
not
what the
calling
hell
Bryce
we've had-
trash.
Compared to what the hell we've had the past
Yeah.
since Matt Ryan left, you sit back and say, and you got the audacity to say that you wouldn't at least want somebody here that's competent, that can get rid of the ball and can actually win games compared to what we've had.
Look,
including
man,
is
Brian,
why-
let me say that. Can I say
Hold
that?
on.
Can I say
This
this? Can I
is
get
why-
in? Can I get in on
This
this?
is why the
I've been
regime.
quiet.
This is
Can
why
I
the
get in on
regime
this?
here is new now.
Can I
This
get
is
on
why
this
the
right
regime-
quick?
Again,
Yeah.
we're going off of what we've had.
Look,
I guess
look.
the new season.
Could I
Hold
get
on,
in
Kool-Aid.
This
on
is
this?
why I'm telling. But this is why I'm telling you why.
All right, guys. I'm about to get up
why
out of
it
here.
had
I'll
nothing
holler
to
at you.
do with that.
All right, Larry.
Okay, Larry. Appreciate
Larry,
it,
matter
brother.
of fact, tell the folks where they can find you at, my guy.
You can find us at 10 o'clock on the Dixon Way. We're about to have the Dream versus the Mercury. Very important game for the seeding, as the Dream trying to claw back up into the top 3 so they can host a playoff game, playoff series this season. They done won 10 out of 13 of their last 13, so they on a roll. They just beat the Aces in Vegas, and that has been a big hurdle. So beat them, put belt to the Sparks. Now we play Alyssa Thomas and the Mercury and Coop. So hopefully we can get this dub tonight. Road trip. If they can go 4-0, that would put a huge boost into them. Also, man, Angel Reese for Defensive Player of the Year. Stop playing, man.
Bring
Stop
it
playing.
on.
Stop playing, man. Angel Reese,
Hey,
DPOY.
horns for
Stop
that one,
playing.
Larry.
Yeah,
Huh?
You see, I had to give you the horns for that one, my guy. I'm with
I'm
you.
I'm telling you, man. She is. I mean,
Yeah.
to
But
be an undersized center, man, she's doing way too much. So yeah.
facts.
If the Dream have any kind of chance, it's definitely her defense, her rebounding, definitely a part of it. You know, we just got to come around and start winning now. It look like they're starting to get healthy, starting to gain more chemistry. It ain't gonna happen overnight. It's starting to happen. So yeah, hopefully, we beat one of the top 3 teams. So just keep on stacking wins and let's see what happens.
Hey, man, we
Go
definitely
Green.
appreciate you coming through and
Yes,
always
sir.
doing what you do. Y'all tap into my guy Larry on the Dixon Way. Braves, Dogs, Falcons, Hawks, even his wife's lousy stinking Gators. It's what it is, man. Tell Miss Dixon I said what's up.
All right, man. Peace.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, anytime I can take a shot at University of Florida, I'm always gonna take it. I'm letting you know that
I'm all
now.
for it.
That's just me.
I'm all for
Now,
it.
back
It's
to
all about
you.
the you, baby.
Now back to you. Y'all
Come
just
on.
started back winning. Stop. We ain't even go there.
It's
Y'all
still
just
been all
started
about the
back
you.
winning.
I ain't down. Look. I'm a Hurricane fan. You ain't about to steal my thunder, baby. No,
I ain't
sir.
gotta
No,
steal
sir.
your
We're gonna be
thunder. It's
back.
more of a tropical
We're gonna be
depression.
back
You better
playing
hope
for
your
the Natty
quarterback can
again
ball
this
this year.
year.
Hey,
We're gonna be
you know
back
what?
playing again for the Natty again
Hey,
this
you
year.
know what? What's funny? It took for you to get. I know Mark Rick was a cane as a player, but it took for you to get him as a coach to come back home to straighten up your mess, and you did
Hey,
play in
it's
the
all
ACC
good.
championship game. But here's the
We do
cute
what it
part.
takes.
And then you
It-
went and got a Georgia quarterback and Carson Beck, and he led you to a natty. So
one that
I'm
y'all didn't
noticing,
even
hey,
want.
Kool-Aid, I'm noticing something in the equation. They got to get
No,
Georgia players to win. Because remember, Cleveland Gary, one of your running backs, was a UGA running back. Most people
hey,
don't know that.
but take a look at what's happening though.
Yeah.
Everybody's abandoning all the prospect that was supposed to be going to Georgia. Guess where they're at?
All of them aren't
Hey,
going to
Miami.
y'all. Y'all have only flipped
hey,
They're
three.
hey,
Y'all
going to
know.
hey,
Miami
Y'all have only
already
hey, like
signed.
I say,
listen.
you better
Y'all only
learn how
got
to
4
draft out of
players from
Georgia.
us.
You better go get them
And
Georgia
look,
high school football
Hey,
players.
Kool-Aid, hold up. But here's the funny part. He's gonna sit here and move that goalpost, but I'm gonna tell you this here. The 4
oh
players that
no.
we no, it's 4 players that we truly actively went after. You got
Mm-hmm.
Cantwell, you ended up
Mm-hmm.
getting Nakar, who ain't doing nothing. You ended up getting the cornerback from the West Coast, and
Mm-hmm.
there was another player that you got from us.
It was a
No,
linebacker
y'all
with it.
actually was in the runners for Derek Cooper. Texas got Derek Cooper from both
Yeah.
of us. So
Yeah.
again,
Yeah.
I'm chuckling because guess what? We still got Command Spell, and you still trying to get him. Y'all trying, but he
we
ain't.
just may end up with him. We just may
Look,
end up with him.
hey, he
And
loved
look,
Georgia, but we got to
we
bring
did
it back.
what we did with the quarterback y'all didn't want.
No.
We got it
Who
done
said?
with
Wait a
him.
minute. Whoa.
We didn't win. Y'all
First
didn't want him.
off,
Y'all
first
threw that
off,
man out.
First off, we didn't throw him out. Let's get this straight. Kirby actually offered him money to come back. If you gonna
Well,
tell the
see,
story, tell it right.
well,
The problem
well,
was the money
well.
that he offered. He felt he pretty much was in his feelings because of the fact that Gunnar Stockton came in and played well, and just
Mhm.
truthfully, the fan base didn't treat him right. I was only one of the
Right,
few
right.
that vouched for him. I'm one of the
Mhm.
few who did, and I vouched for him because my old high school coach. Shout out to Terry McGriff and Dion, and also Coach Dion Brooks. Coach Brooks
Mhm.
coached him over at Mandarin High School. My old coach pretty much knows his people. So it's a little bit
Right.
more to that story. I just don't put that out there because,
Yeah.
again, that's his privacy. He's in the NFL now, and I'm a
Yeah.
diehard dog, but the dogs didn't do right by him. That's just what it
That's
is
true
at the
that.
end. Because they
It's
crapped
all
on him.
good.
Because let's be real. They crapped on him when he was there from day one all the way up
Mhm.
until he left. And even now they was hating on him when he went to the
Right.
league and been balling.
Right. Right.
But you got Georgia
I
fans that
feel
can't stand Gunner Stockton either. And I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a Gunner fan. And I
now we don't
stand on
want
that.
Gunner Stockton in Miami. Now y'all can keep him.
Man, please, we get ready to get rid of him after this year. That man finna be going back to pig tossing country. But speaking of pig tossing country, let's get back to this Jack Strand situation. And look, we were saying with Bryce, look, a lot of people can't stand him, but the kid is a killer. And I got to give it to him for a guy that didn't have all the weapons, and he's never had all the weapons around, even when he was at Bama. You even know that. For you to win a Heisman and you didn't have them weapons around you like that, that say a lot about how you pretty much carried that team. Yes, it helped that you got Will Anderson on the defensive side. I ain't finna do that. Can't take away from one of the best defenders in the league. But at this point, you can't really trash him like that because he's been performing against the folks in the division. He has. We just got to see if he's going to take that next step. But for
this
me,
is what I was finna say.
What's up?
This is what I was finna say. Bryce is good, but he wouldn't have won with our coaching staff.
I'm not
You
going to
talk
take that
about
away
him
from
playing
him.
over here.
Right.
He would not have our coaching staff. Now, you know I'm a coach, man. That's why I got the word coach up under there.
Yeah.
That dude would not have won with our coaching staff.
Right.
Simple as that.
Not many people that can win with our coaching staff now.
Exactly.
Well,
And so you want to put Penix over there with that coaching staff. Guess what? It would have looked different.
I ain't gonna say all. I'm not gonna say all that.
I'm saying it.
No, I'm not gonna say all that because
I'm
the
saying
scary part about it was, again, you've had. Let's be real. You've had less quarterbacks that have like. Let's be honest. Jay Daniels got that Heisman in college. Penix had a hell of a year that year, and Daniels was carrying LSU, and they didn't even get to the playoffs, and he won that Heisman and had great numbers. I think it was identical, but I'll be real. I believe Penix should have got the Heisman, in my opinion. I believe he should have because of how he led Washington. But at the same time, he also had a ton of weapons around him too in Washington with Kalen DeBoer. All them first round receivers he had, Roma Doomsday and all them boys over there.
Right.
That oof. And that to me really put Penix in the spotlight to where everybody was really on him or whatnot. You get what I'm saying? And the system he played in was perfect. So the question is this: Can he fit in a 13 personnel system where they're not spread and they're not putting up video game numbers and playing the run and shoot type of offense? Can he do it? Because it's a whole different offense than what he's used to.
But here's the thing, though, that 12-13 personnel offense is a quarterback's dream. But you got a lot of it is a run offense, but it's tight end based. And if you look at it, a lot of the quarterbacks that play play that system, they're pretty much successful. And most of them are in the NFC. The Rams, the Lions, San Francisco. All these guys play that double tight end, that 12-13 man personnel, which should help Tua with a better offensive line. Because Tua needs like a split second more where he didn't get in with the Dolphins to throw the ball. And we got to remember, Kyle Pitts, what he was able to do to his defenders, he beats his defenders off the line just about every play. And with a guy who has a quick release like Tua, 0.02 seconds, that's Kyle Pitts' dream. I ain't gonna say he's gonna get rookie numbers like he did, but he should be like top 1, 2, or 3 tight ends next season. And for Drake, I'm not gonna say gonna take away from his numbers because Drake gonna get his. But for our tight ends, person like Joshua Smith, Charlie Warner, and you guys saw what we throwing to him now. Kyle Pitts, these guys, Jack Vealing even gonna benefit from it, the undrafted free agent. We saw what he's been doing. So this system here, and this is why I'm so high on how powerful this offense is, right? With the defense have to play honest. They can't double team nobody. They can't blanket nobody. They can't double team nobody. Because if they do that, we beat them. They double team Drake, Bijan coming out of the backfield, or Zachariah Branch is coming out of the slot. We're gonna beat them. Kyle Pitts is going across the middle. They can't blanket no more. They can't double team no more. So defense got to play man playing against our offense. And if they don't, we're gonna beat them. We're gonna have 2 tight ends on each side. Both are very well capable of catching the football.
And here's the main thing that you sitting there saying, and it sounds great. It
Mm-hmm.
sounds great.
Yeah.
But until they fix that pass protection on that right side, it means nothing. It's pretty much a fart in the wind. That's really what that is.
I'm
Yeah.
not even concerned about that.
No, the
Because
reason
if
I
you go back
am,
and look at, yeah,
no, I'm look, we were playing backups. I'm speaking on the starters. We don't
right,
even have a clear-cut starter at right tackle, which
right,
means a lot of guys have been rotating in and they haven't been able to gel with that first team. So
right.
until we can get that first team cohesion with this offensive line, it's gonna be
Absolutely,
rough. You
absolutely.
starting off with one of the white boys who ate, but
Mm-hmm.
hey, gotta shut it down, man. Been on for a minute. Um, tell the folks where they can find you at Kool-Aid first before we get up out of here.
Yeah, you can find me ATL Kool-Aid Drinkers, my YouTube channel. You just look me up, ATL Kool-Aid Drinkers on YouTube. You can probably find me over there on We Talk Hawks. And also I'll be up here. But I just wanted to say, man, I asked the guy the question whether I was gonna see a preview of the starters, and obviously I'm not. And that sort of saddens me, man, that I'm not gonna see the preview of the starters in a real full-fledged football game before the season starts. But that's it, man. So I'm gonna say shout out to y'all guys. Thank you, BirdCage, for letting me come up in here. I'm gonna
Yep.
see if I can get see if I can get one of those tickets. I'm gonna see what I can do, and
Check
see y'all there, guys. Y'all at the place where I used to hang out with my kids when it first opened. So
behind the check behind. I was gonna say check the chat. Before you get up out of here, you'll see the
I
you'll
did I
see it.
did
Matter of
look at it.
fact, I
I
do
took
this. I
a
give you the business
snapshot of it.
number.
So
No,
yeah,
that's cool. I'm gonna put the business number in the chat so you can tap in with that or whatnot. And
okay.
we got you covered on that Kool-Aid. But we getting ready to go ahead and shut this thing down. Pandemic, go ahead and tell the folks where they can find you at too, my guy.
All right, I appreciate. And I just subscribed to you, Kool-Aid. Um, Look, guys, pump your brakes. We're good. Offensive line, quarterback, all that. We good. Just trust the process and look at the upside of what we have developed here. But for more information, man, look, follow me at Atlanta Falcons Pandemic. I try to put out a show every week, but for my work schedule, it is what it is. But you can find me on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, um, even now on Twitch. So just look out for me. Subscribe to your boy channel. Show the old man some love. Show Cowboy some love. So I appreciate each and every one of you that already done it. Ryan, is always a pleasure being on your show, brother.
Hey man, I
Appreciate you
appreciate
having me.
I like when you come in here because not only do you challenge me, see, you like to tell lies and have that BS meter going off. See, you look, you really think I'm gonna let you just slide up in here like that and just do that? No.
Oh.
Hey man, be good out there, man. Thank you for coming through and kiss the grandbabies, man. Do your thing,
How to do
bird.
that?
Yes,
Most certainly.
sir.
Appreciate it, brother.
Hey man, we thank Kool-Aid, Darius, my guy Fandemic, John, Red, Larry, K-Dub, everybody that came through today. We appreciate you guys for tapping in. It's been an excellent game today. Let's carry this on to next week and let's get ready for first game of the season. I was trying to hold in that sneeze. See, this is how you know it's time for me to get off. The good Lord saying it's time for you to go. But anyways, y'all be blessed. Hey, catch you on the next one. Ghost.